What's good, y'all? I hope everybody's living well and staying blessed. It's your boy, Markus B. As always, I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Evan Simmons and new guy, Chris. This is episode 129 of Holla at Me with yours truly. And today, for the first time in a long while, we had a guest, and it's one of the favorite guests of Holla at Me. It is Mr. Markus Duran. He has been the other part of Team Markus for the past 4 years as I've been out here in Temple. This is the third or fourth time we've had him on, and as always, it's just a great conversation. We talk about the importance of music, the emotion behind music, everything that music offers to us as performers, as individuals, and as educators. And we also get on, as always, some physical. What did I say? Goals. Yeah, goals and what we're looking to in the future. Since he's still doing his marathon thing, I'm still doing the personal training thing. So it's overall just a great conversation. I love this guy, and it's always super easy whenever he's on. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. If you do, make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe on all things social media. If you need any workout gear, nutrients, supplements, anything of that nature, make sure you go to Redcon 1 under tier operator. Before you click checkout, put in T20 Markus B. You'll get an extra 20% off the entire order, and you'll help support the podcast, and we greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. And we're back with the one and only Duran for, was it number 4?
3 or 4, I think. Maybe
4.
3.
3.
Oh, you guys have edited.
Is this 3? No, this is 4.
This is 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4.
Sure, we'll say 4. I like 4. It's a good number.
Anyways, in proper fashion, we got you here at the end of the school year.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure when this is going to drop, but so we'll keep some dates and times a little
Somewhere
vague.
in the near future.
Yeah, somewhere in the near future. But we made it. We made it through year 4.
Yeah, man. Year 4 should count as like 2 years.
I could only imagine, based off of just being with you. But this year absolutely kicked my ass, man.
I think it did everybody's. Like I think it just did because we had a short break in the summer. 2-week summer, and then we just hit the ground running. And I don't think we dragged to the end of the year. I really don't think we dragged to the end of the year. I think we had a pretty good, strong ending to it. Yeah. It's just like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other.
It definitely felt like those marathon miles.
Yes.
Where it's like you got to 20 and you're just like...
No, it's not even 20, man. You hit 26.
The point 2?
And May is that point 2. May is point 2. And you're like, ugh. Your legs are heavy. You're just ready to cross the line. Yeah. It just, like I said, May just was at point 2. And you're like, this is not over yet. And I love it. I love it when everyone asks, like, "Oh, it's the end of the year. You guys must be winding down." No, we're not. Stop.
Shut up.
Stop talking to me.
Don't wind down.
If only. I dream of, like my choir middle school homies.
Yeah.
They're just like, dude, like the last 2 weeks, super light work. I'm doing paperwork stuff. I throw a movie on. I ain't got nothing to worry about. Last week, I just could have fun with the kids.
Yeah.
I'll bring my Switch. We'll play some Smash. I'm like, dude.
Like, no, man, we got spring jazz concert, full orchestra concert, sound check. Which, were you at sound check?
No.
Oh man, you missed out.
That was a good one.
You missed out. They were playing some jams. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I kind of nailed Careless Whisper.
You did, but you didn't, man.
I didn't stand up because
you didn't stand up, and that still bothers me.
I wasn't in the right headspace to stand up on that. I didn't want to take.
Nah, man.
I didn't want to take anything away from the production. I'm just there to,
Jesus would have got it. He would have felt it more.
He probably would have.
He would have looked back, saw you getting into it. He's like, my turn. Rip the jacket off. Body rolls.
Right.
Yeah, that is a stand-up body roll.
Yeah.
No shirt kind of solo.
That's what I needed. and none of y'all gave it to me.
Sorry, man.
It was just it was straight up.
It's a high school production.
No, it was just like the Jimmy Fallon background band. Like they're just playing these like super fat funk beats and like yeah, it's super fun. But everybody's just like, all right, play the
just
notes.
here. Play notes.
Next one, play the notes. All right. But
Well, on Saturday night, that was like the best night I like played that.
for real,
Because every rehearsal, I would like mess something up on purpose, just to like make sure I got all the bad stuff out of the way. I got all the bad reps out.
all the possible misfingerings
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna start on this part of the beat here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play this wrong note here. Wasn't like sabotage, just like for my own psyche. Because that, like, Careless Whisper is like an epic solo.
Saxophone doesn't have much,
We do not. We do not.
respectfully, but like
And
There-
disrespectfully, we
and
do not have much.
disrespectfully. But Careless Whisper, that's y'all's.
Yeah.
it's,
I mean-
probably the most common saxophone, most well known.
I mean, I have a master's degree in saxophone performance. I practiced a lot for 2 years. Orchestral excerpts. This, all kinds of solo repertoire, quartet repertoire, band music. The thing I get asked to play the most is, can you play Careless Whisper?
Yeah. Hurts the soul a little bit, but
No, it doesn't, because that's one of those like, yeah, I can play that. Yeah, you want to hear it?
I played it. Damn, snot out of this guy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like, that's one I'm well versed on. Whereas like the soprano solo, the bolero, I'm not quite so much.
It's just bolero. I
Yeah.
hate bolero. Such a stupid percussion excerpt.
But yeah, it's you're just like ja, chicka cha cha, chicka cha cha, chicka cha cha, chicka cha cha.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Quadruple. I think it's either quadruple or triple piano.
Yeah.
Quadruple
It is.
forte. Just bam, big it again, big it again.
Yep.
Big it down for 100 and like some 84
Oh no,
bars.
it's probably like, I mean, it's like 12 minutes worth of music of that.
Yeah, it's
But you like control the whole gamut of everything, or something like that. But there it is.
There it is. See how nice this is, Chris? This is why I wanted you to set your computer up over there. And you just...
But no, man, like it, good year, good end of the year. Kids had a strong showing all the way around, and I'm happy with where everything went. Glad for it to be done. Seniors had some good ending concerts to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and probably for me professionally, one of my like best years.
I would
ever,
agree with
think.
that. I mean, between the time that me and you've been together, it's
Yeah.
probably your, as far as physical accomplishments,
Yeah.
accomplishments go,
Yeah.
probably your best one. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. It's gonna be an all time great.
Yeah, man.
So
Like we talked about, the streak has begun.
yeah, Chris, I don't know if you heard, man. I got my first sweepstakes trophy in my career.
Sweet.
So yeah, the streak has begun. Got one in the books.
And I mean, in very recent history, that's the first time a second band has gotten sweepstakes as well.
Yep. I mean, since I've been there, that's the first time the
Yeah,
second band's gotten
since you've been there,
sweepstakes.
and I mean, did Brent ever?
Yeah, no, Brent was a regular with that
Was
stuff,
he?
man.
Okay.
He had like his the occasional off year, but I mean, for the most part, he had that second band taking care of business. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I played the game this year and jumped in and told the children, we're gonna do this. This is happening.
Gonna get the dang
One way or the other, this is happening this year.
Yeah.
So, and they bought into it, and I love it for that. That's awesome.
I cannot remember the fall season. That feels like
That's a
50
blur.
years ago.
It really does. It feels like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember
Plug it in.
much about it.
The camera's down.
I remember the marching show. Remember all that stuff. All that stuff. Like I said, all that stuff was good throughout the year. The normal headaches you get during marching season.
Yeah.
We ran into the usual problems that it's like, hey, we've been doing this for 2.5 months now. I think we're ready for something new. Like, no, we got this for 2 more weeks. All right, cool. Well,
Finished out.
yeah.
We get
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but no, like, yeah. I mean, everything went well for the most part. I'm super stoked. We got a date set for Bob Mincer. That's like officially official now.
Hell yeah,
So
dude.
October 8th, Bob Mincer's coming to Temple, Texas.
That's awesome, bro.
So now we just got to figure out what to play and all the good stress that comes with that.
Yeah. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Luckily, the band's pretty much.
There's only replacing 4 kids out of that band. So, and the kids that are coming in for them will.
I mean, they
should pick up right where they left off.
Yeah, assuming based off of the way that year ended.
Yeah.
It's kids that have all subbed in already.
Yeah.
Unless somebody comes in and just all of a sudden becomes just this massive heater.
Yeah. We won't know till the school year starts, but from what I see, projection wise, I haven't announced anything as far as who's coming in where yet. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that. Keep
it vague.
Yeah, we'll keep it a little bit vague there. But the kids I have in mind to replace the kids that are leaving, they should do really well with it, and they should pick up. Like I said, we've had several kids sub in already for the previous year, and just on a normal rotation, I would just randomly sub a kid and just see how they react to it, and kind of do stuff with that. So, but yeah, man, for the most part. Solid year all the way around. The future looks bright. I think there's some strong youngins coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Really strong young bloods.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just being the last thing that I effectively did with the program was the leadership camp, and just like kind of looking at the room like, oh man, you guys are.
I'm really excited about that. Really, really, really excited about that because there's just some strong kids. That remind me of like our first group when we first came there.
Yeah.
So Chris was in that group too. So I mean, you're like, oh yeah, like we've got some key pieces like really starting to fall into place, and we just has to stay that way now. That becomes the new standard. So, and I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got all the goods out the way. I want to start by bitching about Texas State Solo Ensemble.
All right, man. What you got for me there?
I think it's the most frustrating goddamn thing.
In
the world of UIL music that we do.
It really is, because that's the one thing where I agree with you on that, because it's the end of the year. The kids that really care about it, like really go for it.
Yeah.
It's the and this is like everywhere. This is not just like an us thing. This is like everywhere, because everyone has these problems. You're after everybody's graduation almost, and you're just like,
or like the week before graduation, which is somehow worse.
Yeah, and in our case, we're always there after graduation.
Yeah,
and for the kids that are really passionate about it, like they're going all out for it. For the kids that are kind of like, hey, I made state. Oh, I have to go. Crap, I have to go do this now.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, And, man, if you're a senior and you go do that, like, you don't really have to be there. You're just kind of there.
I mean, yeah, even if you're a music major, it's like by then you already know if you got into the School of Music or not. Like
Right. At that point, it's just formality. But, yeah, I always wish just that event was pushed like I want to say like a month later, but maybe like sometime in April. I just don't know if
push the mic away.
Oh, could you hear that?
Yeah. Come on, son.
I just don't know if it's like feasible for something like that to happen. It'd just be, in my opinion, I think it'd be better like, because our kids have like about a month and a half prep for solo ensemble. So if they could always push that back a little bit, if they could take state and put that after your solo ensemble date, move that to like a generic, I don't know, mid-April, late April.
I get behind that.
Because that's kind of everybody's. That's a lie. It's not like everybody's downtime. I mean, we're in the middle of UIL season.
Yeah, that's UIL time.
Yeah, that's UIL time. There's just not a good place on the calendar for it.
I mean, top of May, maybe.
Yes and no, but like if it's like us, we're doing high school auditions. We're getting all the next year's stuff.
Bro,
set.
if the damn counselors can't get their life together and keep pushing the dates back, we're doing auditions in March.
Yeah.
Nah, but my biggest qualm with Texas the solo ensemble is the subjectiveness.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That makes me so angry.
Well, and it depends on who your judge is too.
And that's what I'm saying. Because it is such a broad. There's so many people that attend it.
Yeah.
You have such a wide spectrum of judges, And I'll be honest, I don't really know what the criteria is to be a judge.
You said yes.
You have
so like for like the region level, you just got to be I'm sure like a musician of some caliber.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. A woodwind musician of some sort, or brass or percussion. But like for Texas State Solo Ensemble, they're bringing in the college professors.
Ideally, yeah.
So I don't know who your guys.
I have no idea who that
for.
guy was. I didn't look him up, but not a fan.
But yeah, in some cases, that's the college guys. That's their recruiting tool.
Yeah.
Or if they have a summer camp coming up, they hear a kid they really like. Hey, you sound really great. What are you doing in 2 weeks? You want to come to Tech band camp? You want to come to TCU band camp? You want to come to Baylor band camp? What are you doing in 2 weeks? I'll scholarship you. Here's some free money. So you just have to be in the right room at the right time.
Which is super dope.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But this is just 2 years in a row where probably my most musical kid gets knocked for being musical.
And that's odd because that's what is preached.
Yeah.
Leading up to that.
Yeah.
Don't play the notes on the page. Play the note. Interpret what you see on the page.
Express the emotions behind the thing. You know, I'm out here and I'm like feel something, man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, last year with your girl Isabel, like we sat there and like we just like laid down on the floor and like we painted a movie,
right,
for like 30 minutes, and then she played it and I cried.
Yeah.
And she got a 2.
It's weird. It's just weird like that, man. I can't talk because I never got a 1 at state, so I feel their pain on that.
The only year that I qualified, my director didn't tell me that I wasn't allowed to have the music in the room.
Yeah.
So like I'd place the music upside down and backwards on the stand, and it was like at the top of the marimba. So like I was like,
so you weren't even reading the
there
music.
Wasn't reading it in any facet. But
it just happened to be in front of you. Yeah.
I didn't.
And that's a no-no.
Yeah. So that's probably where my distaste for solo ensemble stems from.
Sure. No, I get that.
I don't remember state solo ensemble. You had to have it memorized
For your
Depending on the solo.
For your solo.
So okay.
Like there's a list of solos that are no memory required, and it's just because they're such large pieces that it's a challenge for a kid to memorize them. Yeah. I think when you were there,
yeah, because I went to state my junior year. I just don't remember.
You did the improvisation Caprice.
Yeah, and
that's a short enough solo. You don't got to do. That's really easy to memorize. Our kid this year played a piece I did on my graduate recital, and he played it really well, and he picked that just for the sake of I don't have to memorize this. And if I'd known that list existed, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
You see, I did one that was 13 minutes. I did the Glazunov.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on the no memory list though. It's 13 minutes long.
It is now.
It is now.
It is now.
It is now.
Because Dominic did that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he played that really well too, you know, and just one of those, like, yeah, I get.
That's also on me for dropping the ball because your boy, Connor.
Yeah.
That was on the no memory. And again, that's just me not like. It's supposed to be memorized, and then forgetting there's this short sub list of like these handful of pieces that. Yeah. Oh no, it's fine.
But I mean, honestly, I'm percussion land. Like you do memorize most of your stuff. That's
such nature.
That's legitimate common practice. You know, even if it's no memory required, most kids probably still memorize it. You know?
I mean, damn, the duet that me and Connor did in like 7 minutes of music.
Yeah,
memorized that. Which is crazy. On a side note, I forgot what it was like to play that type of music. I know that you, because of the way you do your lessons and all that, that you kind of you've stayed on top of that muscle.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, let me work through this so that way I can play. And like, I remember the first day I pulled that music out and was like, all right, man, I get this. Started the intro part and just like dotted quarters and like some over the bar line rhythms. Right, and I was like, all right, cool. And then it got into like the proper form out section. I was like, damn it.
Oh, this is hard.
This is hard.
I forgot how this goes. Why do my arms hurt?
I forgot what it's like to spend 30 minutes on 2 measures just because I'm trying to figure out what my footwork is
Right.
and how to get to and from.
But doesn't that feel good when you do that?
It does.
Doesn't that
It
feel
does. I was reminded like, oh, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
And there is this weird sense of relief that I didn't feel when I was in school.
Yeah.
Because my practice on the tail end of my education, because I had the tendonitis, I
Yeah.
could only practice at most an hour. So like, I'm not good at learning
Yeah.
music quickly. So just high anxiety the entire time. It's like you have an hour to get through X amount of measures or else you're behind on your overall practice
Right.
schedule. And then this time I'm just like, hey man, you got like 4 hours on a Sunday. Just like learn some stuff. You ain't got to go to work. Your hands work for the most part.
Yeah.
So
No, but like that feels good to like get back into it. Like that was
does.
cool to watch you and Connor play that stuff. That's always really cool to see. Because I don't know, like Chris, with you being a former student, I don't know like if you guys be like, oh, I bet like Duran or Bonilla can't like play this. Let's see if they can play this. And then you guys are always surprised, like, oh wow, you're like pretty good.
As a student, I think y'all can do anything. So
Okay, I mean we still have kids that are surprised, like, oh wow, you play pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, guys, like
Yeah.
I'm not a slob. Like,
and I expect it because like I hope you'd be good because you're teaching me. You know.
you have the proper mindset. Now I remember the first couple of years, anytime I tried playing drum set for your boy Adrian,
yeah,
like he just would look at me in befuddlement, like, you know how to do this? Yeah, dude. The past year and a half of my life was paid by this.
Yeah.
What do you? Come on, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, you got me on the big band swing. Cool. But can you play a goddamn funk beat? Like,
Yeah.
you feel like a white kid that learned, like, funk beat number 1 from the grandpa at church. Like, come on now.
Leave that grandpa alone, man. He
Dude.
can't help that. That's what he's got.
That's it. And then your boy, I ain't even going to say his name. But you know.
Yeah.
Every time I tell him, like, hey, can you just, like, do this?
No, but like even in this year, like in highlighters, I would, if a kid was out, I'd play their part, and I joke to the kids, be like, all right, hang on, like hopefully this thing still works. Let's see if it still see if it still works. And like when I would play a part on Moanin' or
Yeah.
something, you know, Nazir would walk down. I'd be like, hey man, just come solo next to me. He's like, you sure you can do this? Like, I don't know, man. We'll see. Let me which end do you blow into real quick? Let me make sure I know how to use this thing.
F, right?
But the second I play a wrong note, everybody perks up like, oh,
Yeah.
you. It's like, I'm
Messed
marking
up.
it. I'm going to mark this right now. It's not
Understood.
even my music, but I'm going to mark
Got
this.
it. It's his fault for not marking it. I'm sure I told
Yeah.
him. I mean, you had like, how was that experience for you with your small jazz combos?
What do you mean?
Like, did you ever run into? Because I know your girl.
Well, no, like with middle schoolers, I was a god. Like,
Okay.
when you teach them improv and you give them like, hey, we're just using the pentatonic scale. It's like not that hard. And you play a cool solo and stuff. They're all like, what? I'm just like, yeah, it's 5 notes. Come on, guys. I'm just cool. But then it's they're amazed by it.
Well, your girl this year, she had a healthy ability of talking some shit.
Well, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
She'd make fun of anytime I messed up anything. She'd be like, "Wow."
But I love that. It's nice to see the kids like have that, like, oh wow, you messed up. You're not very good. And you're like, hold up, wait a minute,
Hold
time
up.
out,
Pause.
time
I don't
out,
think you know.
time out. Let's get on YouTube and watch some videos real quick. They're like, you're on YouTube? Like, yeah, I'm on YouTube. Check this out. Real quick.
Check it. Send.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so old. Did YouTube come out when you uploaded this?"
So,
But yeah, I say all that. I've been watching Michael Jordan's The Last Dance
again,
yeah, because
I need to watch it.
it's
again.
NBA Finals time, and I don't really want to watch Golden State and Boston play. So I'll watch.
I mean, it's a good series.
I'll reminisce about Michael
Oh,
Jordan.
what's going on right now? Can you check the score?
I'll reminisce about Michael Jordan, and I just got to the part in the documentary where he comes back from
Warriors Celtics.
baseball, and he's playing against the Magic in that first round series back, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, it's Michael Jordan. I wonder if he can still play basketball." And they're all dogging him for wearing 45. And then somebody on the Magic just looks at him and goes, well, he's wearing 45, man. That ain't 23 anymore. It's like, that's 45. And, you know, and the documentary it jumps right back to him in his house, wherever he's at. And he's like, that was the turning point right there. I went and put on 23 because people weren't scared of 45. You know, jumps over to Horace Grant. Yeah, as soon as that guy said he ain't 23, he's just 45, I knew we were in trouble at that point. So yeah, I get a little bit of that, you know. Just when
I'm still Michael Jordan.
Don't
still
get it
Michael
twisted.
Jordan,
I'm
man.
still Michael Jordan, son. Is the game not tonight?
You're talking about like game 4?
Game 5.
Yeah, it doesn't show anything on game 5.
That's probably not tonight.
I thought it was tonight. Huh.
It's Sunday now.
Yeah.
Today's probably travel day.
They might be doing more than
Who knows?
2 days between games.
Who knows?
Anyways.
But yeah, I get that mentality whenever I'm like a younger kid sees it and they're like, "Wow, you could do that?" Like, hold up, time out. Like, your boy over here is.
Well, it's like
it's still pretty good at what he does.
anytime I would start marching and I'm in flip flops and everybody looks at me sideways, I'm like, it's
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow? Okay. I'm just like, hold on. Don't get it twisted. I could march better than you right now in sandals.
Right.
Than you can in tennis shoes on your best day.
Yeah.
Shut up and straighten your leg.
Yeah.
I still tell the middle school kids, especially like I've been playing for like 15 years now. I'm
Yeah.
like, whenever you were born, I picked up this instrument. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah. That's wild to think about. Because I think the kids we have now at the high school, most of them were born in like 2000s, between 2005, 2007.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I already had like 8 years of saxophone playing under my belt at this point.
Right.
That's wild to think.
That's weird.
And then I think I stopped counting. There's too many to count now. I'm not gonna worry about how long I've been playing saxophone.
2007. How old was I? 7 plus 7, 14 years. So I was 3 years in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird to think about everybody's like chronological point in the musical spectrum of how long have I been playing this, you know, and yeah, but I've been doing it for a while.
Turns out.
And if someone's like, you can't play that, like, watch me. I'll show you. I can play that.
Played much harder than this.
I can play that.
Well, I think that's why I enjoy you as much as I do because
Yeah.
And I mean similarly with actually everybody in this room, it's just like you have that athletic competitiveness behind the musical artistic
The musicianship, the artistic side of it. Because I mean, musicians and athletes they're on the same level.
Yeah.
You're literally, I mean, you have to be at the top of your game to execute it at the highest level possible.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to.
It just
The difference is you get 2 free throws. You get 1 concert.
Yeah, man.
That's
Music is dumb.
that's awesome though.
It is awesome. And like it's such a strange thing cuz it's like cuz I listen to a lot of comedian podcasts.
Yeah.
And I'm heavy into the anything sports. I mean, I started watching baseball again. I hate baseball.
You must be bored.
I'm real bored, man.
Must be bored, man.
Midday games. I'm just starting to watch them. Like,
Oh boy.
Woo.
I started watching Obi-Wan, and I was like,
Oh, dude,
there's a lot of thinking here, and I need to not think that hard. Let me
Someone
throw on
watch
this
baseball.
Yeah, let me throw on this Marlins
Shut
game.
off my brain.
Is it also because I'm
Duh,
putting money
duh,
on it?
duh.
Yes,
Probably.
highly because I'm putting money on it. But that's besides the point.
No, and it's not that like in marching band, that's obviously our athletic portion of band. But even in sit down band, you still got to be mentally, physically, spiritually in the zone.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking about who knows, I don't even know. Like,
So literally anything else.
yes, like oh look, I misplaced my Ticonderoga pencil. Am I gonna have a pencil to mark this wrong note here in a second? Oh, I missed that right note. Sorry.
Damn it.
I'm gonna get up and go get a pencil now.
Well, dude, I was in the middle of the duet with Connor, and I got too into the like, yo, this is badass to be playing. Oh, I missed the note. Shit.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Well, that's where in music in the mental game of it, like you have your self 1, you have your self 2. Self 1 is the guy that is always That's the mental side of your brain that says you can play this, you can do it, you have done it, and it's the one that always reassures you that you can do it. And then all of a sudden, self 2 pops in and goes, "You're probably gonna miss this note in a second," and self 1 is an idiot. And every time, self 2 will always win.
Always.
Like self 2 always wins. How do you? I used to have like tricks to combat that, but I haven't had to think about those things in a long time. But I mean, like anytime I'd play a duet with somebody or I'd play in any aspect, I would just remember sitting there like, "Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. You messed this up. Oh, you messed this up. Oh, this is a trash now. You should stop playing."
That's usually
change your profession.
Usually where my head goes is that side, but like I think I went too over the top on self 1.
Yeah,
and then even he was like, "Hey, whoa."
But what's cool is when you have those performances of people, guest artists or whatever, someone comes in, they're like, "Hey, you can play this." And you're like, "Yeah, I can play this." And then you do play it, and you're like, "Holy crap, you were right. I did play this." And that's just like that reassurance without having to deal with yourself 1, self 2. But you get that you get that affirmation from somebody you don't even know who they are. I mean, you do, but you're never going to see them again in your lifetime.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Yeah, and they just go, "Wow, man, you guys sounded great." Like, "Yeah, we did sound great. This is awesome." And I remember doing the festival with John Clayton with TJO, and there were some pretty gross licks in all the music we were playing. But then he walked out on stage when we did the dress rehearsal with him. It was a little bit shaky in certain spots, as most dress rehearsals are, because you're getting a feel for the guy, he's getting a feel for y'all to see what's capable. But then when he walked on stage, it's just the matter of his demeanor. He was conducting, but he was more like dancing with us on the stage. And so you're like, "Oh, I'm totally picking up what you're putting down right now, man. This is a great feeling." And then you don't even think about it anymore. You're like, "Oh, I'm just about to play this." You play it, "Oh yeah, cool." As soon as you play that lick, you're like, "Stank face." And that was the same thing with Wyclef this year too,
dude.
I mean, you could tell he's like, "All right, guys, normally I play it like this, but let's see what you got here. Let's just play this thing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3." And he starts playing. I mean, a high energy guy, all the way through. And then he's like, "Hold up, I didn't play the way that I wanted to play that. I apologize to y'all." We're like, "How did you want to play that?"
That was awesome.
But then he really plays it. You're like, "Oh,
I get it."
Okay, yeah. You sit up a little bit taller, like, "All right, let's play some stuff here." Yeah, you just you dig in more because he's obviously digging in more. Just not necessarily for you, but he just digging in more because he's like, "Sorry guys, like normally I play that a whole lot better. And you hear him like walk off stage. "I got it now. Let's play this." And you're just like, you're like, "Well, it sounded great the first time. Like, what did you mess up?
What else are you supposed to do here?"
Yeah. So like those are the cool things that help kind of just re-energize you. I mean, because you met Wyclef after that concert, and he's like, "Hey," and what I love is that those guys are usually so humble and so grateful,
super humble, super relaxed,
yeah,
and like all the high energy is in the performance,
yeah.
And then but pre and post, it's just like, "Hey man, it's nice to meet you, brother."
Yeah, like, "Hey, you sounded great. Thanks for coming to I always love that. Thanks for coming to my concert tonight. Like, I really appreciated you being here. Like, you're Wyclef Gordon, dude. Do you really need to thank me for being here? Like, you knew we were coming."
I ain't missing this, dog.
They booked the gig. You knew we were coming. He's like, but I just love it, the fact that they're always so humble about it, and that's
it's gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like one of my big things in my life is like, hey, you should always say thank you. Someone gives you a compliment, you say thank you. You play a performance, if it sucks butt, like you just like, hey, thanks for coming anyway and enduring this with me, because I did not enjoy playing for you today, but but I did it, and
I'm glad you sat through it.
I'm so glad you survived with me, and it just always blows my mind, like who we consider superstars in the non-pop genre. Because I don't know if like my girl Zendaya, when she was in her pop star days, would be that same way. I don't know if
you would
Drake,
like to hope, but
like Drake, if he's like, hey, like you like Drake, man, you sounded like great concert. He's like, I know. I don't know if he'd be like that. I don't know.
He's probably like that.
I don't know. Like most artists nowadays, because I think it is actually pretty preached well enough amongst artists today. Be grateful. be grateful that people are there for you. So a lot of people are.
Especially in the pop industry now, where all your revenue is based off of live performances.
Right. Yeah. And so but I don't know that those guys are interacting with us commoners.
Yeah.
Like the jazz folks do.
And maybe it's because they're still not like maybe like a Gene Kelly.
Sure.
Or like even like a Buddy Rich. I'm trying to think of like the early days of jazz where they were those like proper pop stars.
Yeah. But like
would they still have that level of humility?
If they were in today's pop realm, like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's just like because Drake is the epitome of quote unquote, well, not the epitome of fame, but like one of the most famous dudes in the game
absolutely,
right? So like at some extent he can't acknowledge everybody that says anything good or bad to him.
But I mean, I'm gonna say you're one-on-one with them.
Right.
Like you're like, hey Drake, this song like changed my life, and would he go, I know, or would he go,
I see,
like, wow, tell me more about how this impacted you. Yeah. I don't know. That I don't know, and that's.
I mean, you would hope as an artist he would be able to like look into himself. I think like people like Kendrick Lamar can kind of do that. Like be like, yep, I get that this has like a big impact on people.
Yeah. I think it depends on the level of artistry and the maturity of their reign as a musician.
Yeah. Like I think Eminem would be like that.
I would like to think Eminem, like anybody that's been around for, I mean, even longer than like
I would even think like
6 years.
I would even think like Dre and Snoop Dogg would be like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, dude, listening to Snoop Dogg on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey, bro, I'm just happy. Like,
what do you be here?
He's just like, what do you want to talk about? And Rogan's like, bro, I don't.
You're Snoop Dogg.
You're Snoop Dogg.
Like,
what do you want to say, man? He's like, all right, bro. Well, I got these tracks, man. It's cool to hear somebody like Snoop, who's been in the game for so long, still talk so intimately, and like the excitedness of like, I got this new album out. I did something different. I'm trying something new out. It hit. I got these new guys on there and blah blah blah. Just like, that's cool. That I think if there's one thing that I'm envious of Rogan is the level of people he's able to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think I need to talk to Bernie Sanders. I think that'd be cool. I don't really have any.
I bet that'd be like an interesting conversation.
It'd be interesting as hell. Yeah.
I mean, like, think about that. Who is somebody you'd want to like host on? Holla at
literally everybody. We talked about this a couple of times. We like what's the word I'm looking for? A C celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe someone that's been on like a Bachelorette.
Sure.
Something like that. Like
a
reality TV type
reality
deal.
TV star.
Yeah.
Greg Abbott. I'm kidding.
Definitely. I don't.
Okay.
I would love to see you at.
I would like to make this a Governor Hot Wheels free discussion, if you don't mind.
I'll never forget the aggressive tweeting from Snowpocalypse.
Yeah.
Snowvid. Which one was it?
That was when my boy Cruz went to Cancun, left his dog in his house, and I think for about 3 weeks straight, maybe. Because I found out. No, it'd be on Facebook.
Oh, it was Facebook.
It was a downright every day. I would just get on his maybe like 3 times a day.
It was beautiful.
But like everybody would talk about how. Why do I keep seeing Ted Cruz pop up with this comment under there with your name on it? And I started like seeing friends from like high school and some from college I just hadn't spoken to in a really long time. Feel like I'd get these messages, hey, I'm really loving this. It's just everyone's trapped inside their house. They're just like, hey man, thanks a lot. Like, thanks for just trolling this guy. And I just all the Ted Cruz followers would just berate me in their comments.
Yeah.
It was I never tagged myself on my Facebook page, but I would go to his Facebook page.
That's how we did it.
I would go to his and just like he would say something in typical politician fashion of we got to make sure the power's on. And I was like, oh, yeah, like the power on at the Hilton Garden Inn at Cancun, right? Yeah, is that power still on over there? You know, it just be something I could just like dig in a little bit.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, I just started getting all these comments from like everybody. They're like, thanks for doing that. You made my day today. I appreciate you.
I don't know if Ted Cruz ever saw him. I would like to believe he did.
I would hope he did. I hope I changed somebody's life on
Maybe he got
his
somebody fired.
social media team.
I hope he got somebody fired.
I'm sure I
That'd be
did.
amazing.
I probably didn't. Who knows?
No, but like famous people wise, I mean the number one person I would have loved to have on would be Anthony Bourdain. He has since passed, but
That would have been a good one.
that would have been a good one.
So who's now the new number one?
Oh, new number one
Like all time
I gotta
guess.
think on that.
I mean, they could be living or dead, since it's, you know, if we're gonna set parameters.
Dead would be Bourdain.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of somebody that is like that big, but somehow still has some mystery,
Yeah.
like mystery behind him. Like maybe Eminem.
He has a lot of mystery to him.
Yeah,
Just because he's
like either Eminem or Kendrick, because they do zero
yeah.
interviews.
Kendrick would be cool because he won. Was it a Pulitzer?
He's won everything just about.
Like
Yeah.
I think he won a Pulitzer Prize in music, right?
He won the Pulitzer. He won a Grammy, and he's won a.
But I mean the Pulitzer is just huge because,
Yeah.
I mean I think it's him. Is that him?
Yeah.
We got him up here.
It was for
Jeez.
to
Yeah, I mean,
so many
he's got some
awards.
YouTube awards, so I mean, he's got some pretty stacked awards there.
Oh, he's won an Academy Award too.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he did like a soundtrack, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sidebar?
Black Panther.
I remember, like when 3-6 Mafia won, they were like the first rap group to win for Hustle and Flow.
Hell yeah, they
And
did.
I absolutely loved when they were at the Oscars. I mean, I'm pretty sure two of the guys had their champagne bottles.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no.
just like, hey, we appreciate everything. Y'all have a good night. Y'all meet us at this club later. You know, I love it. Yeah,
Wait,
Pulitzer.
it's supposed
Yeah,
to
you
be.
want
Oh, it was for Damn. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was for Damn. I thought it was for Pimp a Butterfly.
But like, to me, like that's huge because he cracked a circle that you wouldn't expect that type of artist.
Yeah.
You know, you would expect a hip hop artist to like ever crack.
Right.
And if I'm being honest, I would have expected Eminem to crack that before he did.
There's a weird conversation within the hip hop world about Eminem.
Yeah.
And his like greatness is in question. Because
I'll never understand that.
and in it, yeah, I know it's
never understand that.
so strange, and I think it's like it's this weird where like within the actual hip hop game,
Yeah.
people are like, nah, man, he's okay, but then like literally anybody that's like just a casual listener, they're like, Eminem is probably on their top 5 list just because,
Right.
he's been around for 2.5 decades.
Like he has a stamp of approval from Dre.
Yeah.
So if Dre says you're okay, like you are hip hop.
And it's the last thing I heard, it was like the game talking about him. He's like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna ever hear Eminem in a club.
No way.
No.
And I was like, well, yeah, that's because he doesn't.
That's not his thing.
That's not what he makes music for.
Yeah.
But you will, because like if you, depending on the year, go crazy.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. All right.
It was
That's a
lost,
good. That's
Not sure.
lost on me.
You got me.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It was the album that people that like before
It's before the Marshall Mathers
Recovery.
Recovery.
It was before Recovery. Well, I think it was on the Eminem show. No, that's. Let's see.
Oh my god.
What year did that come out?
Before
Kamikaze,
2018,
A1. Yeah, so before Recovery.
before Recovery.
Yeah.
Recovery. Relapse, refill. Relapse.
I don't think it was Relapse. It was
Encore.
I think it might have been that one. Or
Crazy in Love?
Not Crazy in Love.
This is encore.
Now this is like a
This is
job for me, so everybody.
Oh, that's the Eminem show.
It's so
That's the
empty
actual
without me.
Curtains up.
Job for me.
Square dance.
Without me.
Without me. Can we hear that?
I can't hear it.
I don't think we can right now. Yeah, we can.
Damn.
I'll fix it.
No, but I mean, yeah, he's a guy I thought would have done that before
For sure.
Kendrick.
And it's. I think it's because he keeps that level of. To himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm only making music for who I want to make music for.
Yeah.
That's 100% me. And like Kendrick did I think he took on the Black Panther
Yeah.
soundtrack because he knew the cultural relevance of that. Not the one I was thinking of, but yes, this is the Eminem
This is the album.
I'm talking about. That is 100% going to be playing in a club,
Yeah.
right?
Without Me by Eminem.
Yeah. It has played in clubs.
Yes.
No, but yeah, you're right about Black Panther though, because I mean, you got your first true black superhero, independent superhero.
Yeah.
You know, and Black Panther was created during the time of the civil rights. That character was created, and yeah, Kendrick, like you're not missing out on that.
And that's
man.
such a good album.
Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
such
make
a
sure
good
you're a
album.
part of that whole process because that's huge, man. That is huge.
And then even then, Kendrick did such a service to like the rap community and the black culture of like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get as many people on this
Yeah,
on this album as possible as
Right.
well.
but it's powerful stuff, man. Like it really is. Like it's all really great music, and I know, man, people give rap such a bad rap for all types of stuff, but that's music, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that is the rhythmic patterns, their vocalizations of stuff. I mean, at a time like I always use jazz as my point of reference for a lot of things, but like bebop,
Yeah.
that was jazz's hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's a great article about how somebody compared like Charlie Parker's bebop lines to it wasn't Warren G. It might have been like
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes or Biz Markie or like Run DMC. Those guys, like they compared what sounded disjunct in Charlie Parker land and all of his broken bebop lines to those guys and how they would create specific
Hell
type
yeah.
of rhymes to fit these things, and it's just like really great
Absolutely, dude. Yeah.
contrasting things and comparing them. And you're like, yeah, man, that makes total sense. Yeah, who is it? Who we got there?
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, Notorious
B.I.G..
B.I.G.
Yeah.
That makes sense, man. Because
Yeah.
B.I.G. Oh man, you got me in the hip hop thing. Let's see if I can remember all my hip hop facts. B.I.G. was the first rapper for sure. I don't know if he was the first musician, but the first rapper to go across the bar line on a phrase and B start a phrase on either beat 2 or beat 3.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like ba da ba 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 bum. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
And his
But that's Charlie Parker.
yeah, exactly.
That's Charlie Parker, man.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, and people are like, that sounds terrible. And people are like, no, man, that's genius.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's really, and again, to bring it all back to Kendrick Lamar, like him winning that Pulitzer Prize, people all of a sudden are like, well, we should, now all of a sudden they're thinking we should take hip hop seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, you fools, you should have taken it serious when it came on the scene because
Long time ago.
just like the music of our times, they're singing about their struggle. I mean, just like any music, man. Every music has its story. Every music has every piece has some story to tell. Some people like listening to those stories. Other people don't like listening to those stories. And if you're the common public, you're going to want to listen to the stories you want to hear about, not how this group of people is being treated. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it that way. It is, you know?
Yeah,
and
man.
that's stuff like I talk about jazz band with kids. Is like, this is the music of the people because it came from people that can't read, they can't write. They lived like the worst life possible. And every generation has gotten a little bit better as they go.
Yeah.
But now to like see Kendrick Lamar on the same page as like Jennifer Higdon, if you don't know who Jennifer Higdon is, like Grammy Award winning classical composer who has like done
One
some
of the best.
stuff. Literally the top of her field. her and Kendrick Lamar are like now on the same field.
They've gotten the same recognition, same award.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Jennifer Higdon had to go through multiple schoolings to get where she's at. Kendrick Lamar just is awesome on his own.
He went through Compton.
Yeah. like in all seriousness, you know,
he went through Compton and
but
he
it
was
just
black.
it shows like the different paths that great minds get to, whereas Jennifer Higdon had like well supported everybody. Like everyone's like, hey, you have this great mind, you have this other stuff.
Yeah.
From Kendrick Lamar's side, I'm sure he had those same people too. It looked a whole lot different than Jennifer Higdon's path.
I mean, and the beauty of Kendrick is that he's like slipped in those come up stories into his songs.
Yeah.
Like Duckworth is probably one of the most wild songs.
Yeah.
Like to be called a song.
Right.
Because it's like I don't even understand. Like there's it's such a disjunct flow. The rhyme scheme is barely there.
Yeah.
And it's still one of the most dope songs. Like,
yeah. But now he's showing you at a point like, I don't need a rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
I don't need that anymore. He's taking it next level. And that's, you know, he's, like, to put it in jazz terms, he's taking it out. Does he bring it back in? You don't know until you kind of listen to the whole overarching album. Because a lot of those albums like that, they do have some kind of overarching idea.
Yeah.
I mean, his latest album was the most out thing ever. It's just a black man talking about going to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very...
man,
He was like, what, 18 songs on it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, let me catch anybody talking about going to therapy. I'm sure that'd be interesting.
like, it's just...
dude,
like,
it's a heavy album.
Yeah.
very heavy. And very not like a traditional rap album. Not
Yeah.
No,
There's no hits on there.
Yeah.
But it's still just, it's just quality music, man. And I enjoy that. I enjoy when the musicians take that level of freedom to like either A, kind of talk shit a little bit, or B, like, it doesn't matter what I do. I have proved my greatness.
Yeah.
The people that are gonna ride with me are gonna ride with me. I don't need,
Right.
you know, I don't need that club banger. And then, you know, that's
Well, and the club bangers just pay the bills.
yeah, the club, exactly.
Like,
And-
here's my 3 tracks. That'll
And-
pay for the bills for the next 10 years. Cool.
And that was the last argument against J. Cole,
Yeah.
because his previous album was For Your Eyes Only,
Yeah.
and he has this 24-minute soliloquy on on his best friend,
Yeah.
and his daughter, and like him getting into the drug game, and then like dying, and then like him having to take like almost care of his friend's daughter. And then they're just like, yeah, but like, I can't play that in a club. And he's like, all right, man. Well, I'm just going to write an entire album of just club bangers and you can shut up. And then every feature afterwards, so the next 20 features I'm on,
Yeah.
it's going to go number 1.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What's up?
Yeah.
I can do what I want.
I'm J. Cole. I'm going to go play professional basketball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go play in the African League. Cool, play 2 games. I'm good. Let me go make this album. All right, now I'm gonna go play in the Canadian League. I'm gonna play 4 games, put up a couple points. All right, I'm going on tour. Y'all be easy.
But that's really, like I said, you see that as a Pulitzer Prize winner now, and you're like, okay, we're finally making headway in this world of music. Because that just speaks volume to like his ability as a musician in the truest form, and not even a musician, like an artist in the truest form. Like, people will recognize art at its highest level possible, and people not inside his circle were like, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
This is really great stuff.
Shout out to hip hop.
Yeah. Always learning.
There's still
Always learning. Remember that, Chris. Always learning.
There's still a bit of me that wants to do that. Be acknowledged by the white man, and
Be acknowledged by them.
and because you know, depending on the school you go to, you can kind of make up a master's.
Sure.
You can get I can get
I get a master's just about anything.
yeah. Let me get a degree in ethnomusicology. Okay, what does that mean? That means any music that's not white.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I have a buddy that got his doctorate in ethnomusicology, and he went to Terra Lingua for 2 years and just played porch jams with some locals, and that was his dissertation. There's way more. there's way more to it than that. I'm just giving you like the Duran note version.
Yeah,
of
like
it.
a real base level of what he did.
Yeah, it's like super superficial, surface level. He sat on the front porch with those guys, drank beers with them, drank whiskey, drank everything with them. Probably smoked some of the peyote over there, and just like, yeah, I did that for 2 years, and then I wrote a dissertation about it.
That's awesome.
Because like ethnomusicology is you're studying a specific region of something. So, and I haven't read it yet, but I plan on reading it at some point.
That's on the list of.
That's on my list of books to read that never gets read. But I mean, it's on my list. But yeah, like that was his dissertation topic. Like, hey, I'm moving back to Texas, and he just, I don't know what he did for a job. All I know is he just sat on the front porch every evening from 5 to 9, and they just made up songs, and he had a guitar and a soprano sax, and they would just jam for 4 hours.
Badass, dude.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a plan.
That sounds like your dream.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I wanted to legitimize because I had this idea. Let me get the dates right.
Yeah.
When did, quote unquote, when did jazz become a thing?
Depends on who you ask. I
That's
guess.
like so
Like, I would say-
recognized in higher education.
In
higher education.
Well, like excuse me, recognized by higher education.
Oh man, we're looking at like if you so where you went to school,
Yeah.
they recognized it like in the 60s.
Yeah. 60s, like late 50s, I think. That's
Right. That's when they
It
got
was like
recognized.
67 was Lab Band 1.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's when the first
so that's
like
67. So then when did jazz start?
I'm gonna go ballpark it here. We're gonna start with Scott Joplin and some Maple Leaf stuff. So probably like the late 1800s, early
Yeah, like
end of the 19th century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
top of the 20th.
Right. So like 1890
Yeah.
to 1910.
Give or take,
Somewhere
yeah.
within those 20 years.
That's when it really started to formulate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then your boy Louis Armstrong and the Hot Seven came out and threw down with King Oliver.
Hell yeah. Right. So that
47.
47, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
47.
When jazz was first offered at North Texas.
Okay. So that's 47. Let's say just straight up in the middle 1900. Okay. So from the time it started
Yeah,
to the time it gets recognized in higher education is about 50 years.
give it. Yeah, I'll go with that. Sure.
Hip hop, again, depending on who you're talking to, gets started by DJ Kool Herc in 1973. Right? In I don't remember what borough, but somewhere in New York.
Sure.
He throws a party and
Brooklyn.
I mean, probably Brooklyn. It's either Brooklyn or Queens. It's
Brooklyn.
It was
I'm gonna go Brooklyn on that.
I didn't want to misspeak.
I bet the BC Boys would say Brooklyn. So
But so 1973, he's quote unquote starts hip hop.
sure.
We're now
73 right there.
2022.
Bronx.
Bronx.
Oh, man, wait.
See, that's what I was
Okay.
thinking of. I said
Bronx.
Queens, I meant
Yeah.
Bronx.
All right, that's cool.
So that's 50 years. So
Yeah.
about this time is when hip hop gets legitimized. Where can you study hip hop?
Let's see.
Hip Hop School of Music.
Yeah.
College. Oh, yeah.
Hip Hop
and
Studies. Interesting. So check that. Check that out. Encompasses all that:
Sociology.
anthropology, communication, rhetoric. Because rhetoric and syntax is super important in verbiage and rhyme flow and all that good stuff. Look at that. Critical race theory. You ain't gonna hear that in Texas.
Religious studies, cultural studies,
Ethnomusicology. Hip hop is
history,
ethnomusicology.
dance. There's a bunch of tap dancing on Kendrick's new album.
yeah.
A bunch of tap dancing.
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to find where.
Where to study?
Trisha's Roses, Jeff Shanks, Stop One
Howard University.
I have that book. Howard, that makes sense.
So Howard, they offered a hip hop specific class in '91.
There's a hip hop archive and research institute in
Yeah.
Harvard.
What does Harvard know about hip hop, man? What are they?
I'm not going to Harvard for hip hop. I'll go to Howard. Hell yeah, I'll go to Howard.
Definitely go to Howard, man. Don't go to Harvard for your hip hop education.
I'll go to University of Arizona,
There you go.
North Carolina.
Actually, I'd probably go to North Carolina Central.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to Princeton for my hip hop studies.
No, that feels weird, man.
Or Stanford or
Penn
NYU.
State, USC, UCLA,
Penn State.
Duke. I'll go to NYU.
Penn State, one of the whitest schools probably.
Absolutely.
I mean, they got a white out for crying out loud.
BYU, Penn State. But
So definitely go to Howard or North Carolina Central.
but even then, like right, there's not necessarily like an accredited time in which hip hop is
Right.
legitimized in higher education. So I wanted to do, because this is the issue, is that hip hop isn't like hip hop heads.
Yeah.
You're talking figures in the world of hip hop. Charlemagne, the God, academics,
Yeah.
DJ Envy, like all those guys, like they didn't come up in the Western
Yeah.
higher education.
Right.
So I wanted to, my big brain idea was to bridge the gap and like acknowledge the importance of these three and how they correlate to white music.
Yeah.
And how these three correlate to black music and how they created the same relevance in the world of what they
Well,
created.
check this out here, man. 2013, Tiffin University offers a music performance degree for studies with primary focus in emceeing and beat making.
Hell yeah.
Where's Tiffin University?
Where's
I know it's in
Tiffin
Ohio,
University?
but I mean, what is their?
Let's see here.
That's got to be like a
And how do you
school.
hire somebody to come teach those classes if you're an academia?
And that's a weird thing too. It's like because I don't imagine the early days of jazz, you're getting the people that you actually wanted to
Right.
come teach the classes.
right.
So it looks like a pretty small
Because like
school.
when did when was the first big guy? Like who's the first big guy that you know of at like UNT? That was
Oh, that'd be like Leon Breeden. He was the one that did it all.
right. So like when did he come about?
Probably 47.
Was that
Yeah.
47?
Yeah, I mean, he was the one that
So right out the
established
gate?
everything. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was a dance band leader in the Dallas area.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So, and like a lot of those gigs started because they're just you're playing for
Yeah.
the upper echelon parties. Hey, we want to hear that Benny Goodman play that swing.
Shout out.
And then like, hey, we're gonna do this stuff though. We're gonna meet y'all after hours.
Well, flip flop.
Yeah.
Tiffin.
It's just Tiffin, Ohio.
Yeah. Tiffin.
It's a
Ohio.
private university.
Yeah.
Academic staff 71 full time, 200. That's a pretty small school.
Yeah. I
man.
mean,
it's a
it
small
looks like
school.
a pretty private university there. So, but I mean,
Yeah, but
you
my
can get your
and be making an MCing.
get your BM in beat making.
See, unfortunately, those
Get
are
your
not.
BM in BM.
Shout out. Those are not my. You breaking my stuff, Chris?
I
Come
heard
on,
someone
son.
snap. I was like, what
But
happened?
it's wild. You talk about like the jazz guys. Like nowadays in academia, you want a job at a college, you got to have a doctorate in jazz studies.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we play with a guy in TJO. The dude taught at Berkeley, only has a bachelor's degree. The dude has the playing chops.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
played with everybody.
Yeah.
But then when Berkeley's like, hey, you got to get a master's now. He's like, I'm not getting a master's. I'm done with that. He's like, does this CV not count anymore for anything? I was like, no, you got to have a master's. He's like, all right, well, cool. I'm gonna move my wife to Texas, and now he's just hanging out.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and you're like, why would you
I mean,
discredit his entire?
it's the same thing with our boy Alton at UMHB.
Yeah, which that blows my mind.
Blows my mind.
Like, I totally understand the side of I want a scholarly professional, but in that world, same as hip hop, your street cred's gonna offer you a lot more than the sheet of paper you got.
If it comes down to it, bro, and I become like a music historian in hip hop,
Yeah.
and you can either get taught by me or Jay-Z.
I would hope you'd study with Jay-Z.
I would be mad at you if you came to my class.
Yeah.
I got a degree.
I'd smack the kid. What's the matter with you? Change degrees.
Why are you?
You're
in
not
here
allowed
with
to
me
be
right
a
now? Why are
hip hop
you-
head
what are you
anymore.
doing?
Like,
But yeah, like I mean, it baffles my mind that a lot of those guys that are when they came off the road because like, hey, I don't want to tour anymore. I don't, I just want to be. I'm tired of living a life on the road. That's what a lot of those guys did. They were tired of living life on the road, and so people that wanted to establish programs used them as the guys to help establish those programs. It's like, yeah, cool, great, yeah. You only have a high school diploma, but man, you play with Duke, play with Count. You've sat in with the Vanguard Jazz Orchestra. You toured with Hargrove. You've went and says you're good. Cool, yeah, come on up.
You get a check. All right.
Yeah,
come through.
It just blows my mind. And if they can't get anything, then they're just visiting teachers. They're specialists. Hey, we'll pay you for every 5 kids.
Best case scenario, you get an adjunct.
Yeah.
Like super adjunct. You don't have an office at the school.
You just like
you pull up for a handful of lessons, and
your office is there on Wednesday when you show up.
Yeah.
And then the Tuesday guy has it on Tuesday, the Monday guy has it on Monday, and all that other stuff. So, but yeah, I don't think Charlie Parker went to college.
Yeah,
I don't even think he finished high school.
No.
But I mean, he studied from Buster Smith,
right?
Who at the time was, that's the guy he studied with.
Yeah.
And he did okay.
I mean, Charlie Parker's
joined his high school band,
like slightly above a hack, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing an education would have done for Charlie Parker probably would have prevented him from dying of an overdose of some sort. That's probably about it.
Yeah.
But then would you get the same greatness?
Yeah, you wouldn't. Like I don't think you would. I mean, and it's really funny now how all the, so all the cats like Charlie Parker, all those guys, it was cool to, shoot heroin up your arm and play high out of your mind. And now that's like the exact opposite these days.
Yeah,
guys like, hey, we're going to fire you if you show up drunk or high again.
Right.
You're allowed one drink over the 4-hour gig.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But that also shows because guys would shoot heroin to take their playing to another level, hit a different level of creativity. What's wild now is guys don't need that anymore, and they're just exploring the more spiritual side of stuff through meditation, through yoga, all the things you talk about, stretching. But yeah, like they literally talk about quite a bit, like, oh, I meditate for X amount of minutes a day. I do this to find my inner peace and find my inner breath, to find my inner muse.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you talking about?
And then I shed giant steps.
Yeah. and then I spend the next 8 hours just shedding nonstop giant steps. I'm still bitter at Micah for not getting able to play that with him. That was supposed to be his combo tune.
I know, man.
I worked so hard on that. I don't ever want to play that ever again.
It's a hard ass tune.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's weird in that sense too, how that whole mindset has flipped now.
Yeah.
Like guys are like, hey,
I mean, I think that's across the board in most creativeness.
Yeah.
In creative fields.
Yeah.
Where it's, I don't want to say not as acceptable, but it's not. It's not as commonplace to be like a heavy drinker, heavy into drugs, heavy into like the like crashing your body into the ground,
right?
And instead, it's like, hey man, wake up early, get a workout in, get a green juice, take some time, filling out your journal.
Literally sit outside, listen to the birds talk, and you're like, they get inspired by that bird was talking to me, man. That bird was like, where are you at right now? What are you doing?
Yeah, you try to like naturally get into that state of like
instead of just
creativity.
sitting at a bar in New Orleans.
Yeah. There's a great Maria Schneider tune called Cerulean Skies. And like the first opening, pull that up, man. The first opening bars is just bird calls made by the band. It's just sound effect. And it's like really peaceful and relaxing. But you feel like the piece is like 20 minutes long. But you hear the evolution of like, if you were looking up into like the bluest possible sky. Pull that album cover back up. It's coming. Like you're looking to a blue sky like that, like the absolute purest blue, the cerulean style blue, and then you just start, the way she layers the music and textures it simply, like it just starts with birds chirping and then it just builds from there. I mean, it also grooves too. That accordion adds a nice, cool effect to it.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is just an excerpt from the middle of it, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can like, as the tune develops, you hear like, as if like clouds are rolling in, a storm's approaching. And it just like, it starts that way and it ends that way. It starts the way it ends. It bookends that stuff, and you're like, how did you like? Where's the creativity come from? Because she is one of those people that will meditate on things and do stuff. Like her newest album, that Data Lords, is about America's connect to electronics and how we're no longer a part of nature anymore. We're now part of a digital system and no longer in an analog world.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. There's a reason why anytime she writes music, she wins a Grammy. It's good though. Yeah, Data Lords. Even the album cover, got a leaf. Half of it's green, half of it's a circuit board.
I didn't even notice that.
That's the world we're living in.
She's on the next level.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, even those first couple of notes, man, you just see that. Oh. This is supposed to signify like your dial up.
I'm skip a little ahead.
Yeah, skip ahead a little bit.
Oh,
she's doing like
promo video.
Yeah. Yeah.
As somebody that's on a quest to being a composer, I really appreciate that she still does stuff by hand.
Yeah, that like her thought process is I have this giant board right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met her a couple of times and been in the Q&As with her. I'm like, how do you write music?
How do you do it?
It always starts with number one, how do you write music? Number two, what's your thought process? And she's like, let me start with the second question, then I'll go to the first one. So I find something I'm really passionate about, and then I just sit at my piano and start hitting random note systems. And this sounds cool here. I like that. Oh, this sounds a little bit better. Oh, I like that one better. Ooh, let's put these together, and doing all kinds of weird things with them. But yeah, that Cerulean Sky is like, she's just like, I'm outside, I'm just hanging out, birds are talking. I understood them, so I wrote a song.
I understood them, so I wrote a song. Dude,
It's awesome.
music's so dope.
It's beautiful.
Because, yeah, then you got, like, Omar Thomas.
Man. If there's one thing I hope our kids remember about this year, I hope they remember, like, how well they played that.
Dude.
Because that was one of those pieces I was hoping to get up in front of them and kind of mess with them a little bit. It just never worked out that way this year. In years past, it always did. Like I remember, like when Brent went to, I think it was either Georgia or Cal. He did one of those things right before spring break, before COVID hit. It's like, hey, you got Dan's on 2 tomorrow. I was like, did you play on that? Did you play Dan's on 2? Was that you?
Yeah.
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 That would have been like one of the last things
that
you
was
played.
like the last thing you played probably. And you guys didn't know this, but you did. I was like, I got to take the score home and figure out what's going on here because I am not ready to wave a stick on this one. And then the next day, I was like, okay, I had all these marks in there of like, okay, this is what's happening here. This is what's happening here. Oh, that makes total sense now. And before I directed it, I was like, all right, guys, y'all just hang on for the ride because I have no idea what's about to happen here. I'm not able to like really dive into the piece like I would like.
For like the first 2 weeks we played that, like it was a complete mess.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew when to come in, like when.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah. No, I remember trying to teach that piece, and I remember when Brent, he was like, I'm going to play Dan's on number 2. And I looked at him, I was like, huh?
Oh, we're doing this.
You sure?
And then everybody started getting excited about it, and then boom, COVID. Never got to play it.
Is he good?
He was like out for a second, and then
Check.
there you go.
And then he's live.
Wait, are you still in?
Check.
Yeah.
No, but like, and when I stood in front of them with it, I was like, oh wow, this is a whole lot cooler than I thought it was gonna be, But I remember I'm like just pointing to wrong people in the rehearsal, like, you're not over here, you're over here. Got it? Okay,
Throw the cue to percussion. Percussion's not even there.
Yeah, let's try this again. But yeah, that Omar Thomas piece. I don't know that the kids. I hope they understand the significance of it. I really do. And oddly enough, I mean, that song is about a mass shooting in America, and we've had 2 mass shootings in the last couple of weeks.
We
had Uvalde and one in.
we had
The grocery
Buffalo.
store, right? Yeah.
We had
Buffalo,
before that,
Uvalde, and there's a third one after Uvalde.
There's another one after.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There's been like two or three.
Oklahoma and that hospital.
There's the hospital one.
Yeah. But like, I don't think the kids. I hope our students like understood the significance of it.
Dude, I hope so.
You know, I'm not saying guns are bad. I don't think guns are bad. I think responsible gun owners take care of business when it comes to guns.
There's one thing I trust about Will.
Yeah. I mean, our own colleague, like he understands the importance of gun safety. I think it's great.
Yeah, so we got.
But there's other people in the world that don't.
Damn, where's Uvalde?
Oh, this is all just in June. Sorry.
Also, a shocker
I didn't
that
bum us out.
on the internet you can find gun violence archive.
This is just page 1. Uvalde.
There's one in Waco?
So I think this looks like mostly just like gun violence, period. Not like the mass shooting.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's only like one
Mass shooting
killed.
is considered anything over one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So, but like I hope kids understand the significance of that piece.
Here's the big one.
Because it's huge, man. Like that's a pretty deep piece that, and I think what's wild is when we showed them the video of the victims' families going like, "Hey, I forgive you." Whoa. Like that takes some serious stones. The spitefulness in me would not allow that to happen. They are far better people than I am. But yeah, like you want people to understand, and I think that's the really cool thing about music. It's this abstract form. Now you've tied this concrete thing to it.
Yeah.
And it's going to evoke some kind, like whether you're pro guns, against guns, whatever your belief is, that piece is going to evoke something out of you. It just depends on what context you hear it in. If you were to hear that piece without any background of it, you're gonna like, wow, this is like I'm gonna hurt emotionally when I listen to it. At least that's what I think.
I would hope, and that's something that I've often thought about is like those higher level of musical compositions.
Yeah.
And I have so few friends to ask that aren't.
Yeah.
So I don't that aren't former musicians, current musicians.
Yeah.
That they might like. How does this piece make you act? How does this piece actually make you feel?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think when you listen to this? Like, then let me tell you the backstory. Then, like, what do you feel afterwards? Because I mean, I think the first time I came into rehearsal for that was when they were going over the back end of the vocal line.
Yeah.
When everybody's doing the stomp claps, and I standing there for that, and I was like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah, because I mean, even that has a very powerful image behind it too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it again, good music will transcend anything.
Yeah.
And even it should capture the attention of the layman in some way, kind of make them, I'm sure they're not going to play that at an NRA convention. But if they did, surely someone would go like, why do I feel terrible listening to this? Why do I feel like a bad human being listening to this piece?
Yeah.
Like, well, good. You should.
I just had I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I had a wild thought about somebody writing like because I mean of Our New Day Begun, this piece that we're talking about. I realized I said it. It's about the North Carolina, right?
The South Carolina shooting.
South Carolina shooting at
the church, right?
The church. Yeah. And I just had this like rough idea of somebody like, I mean, like maybe like Jack Wilde's.
Yeah.
Writing something for Uvalde?
Yeah.
I guarantee you something's going to come out.
I heard like an opening line of like a mariachi.
Yeah. So, I mean.
And like that, it's, like
dude. three trumpets, like within.
Or just like a couple like open tones from a guitarón.
Yeah.
And then like
the hollowest possible sound.
Yeah.
Slightly a little bit out of tune.
Yeah.
Just
and then like a 3 trumpet melody kind of comes in. Ooh.
But I mean that's the good thing about it. It's that helps you reflect, that helps you kind of process the current situation, the current climate that we're in. I mean, I was talking today when I was listening to auditions at the Baylor Band Camp. They were talking about like tunes they were playing. They're doing Maslanka 4 for the high school camp. And if nobody's ever heard that, like go listen to that epic piece. Holy cow.
Listen to that. I don't mean to cut you off, but I listened to that. The Team EA before COVID.
Yeah.
Team EA 2020. Was that Maslanka 4 or Maslanka 5?
Maslanka 5.
That was 5.
one.
My bad.
Yeah.
Lake Travis. One of the Austin schools that did it.
Yeah.
One of the Austin schools that did it for Team EA, and I just remember like a bunch of plans fell through beforehand, so I just ended up at a bar, and I was like 6 drinks deep, and then I went there and just sat there and like got my face melted off for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, because it's just powerful music, the way it's written, the way it's structured, you know, and with it being Maslanka, man, he's weaving in all these Bach chorales that have such deeper meaning to everybody else, and all you can do is like, melt my face off, please.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, it was I heard it at North Texas. I cried.
Yeah,
at the end, like it was so much.
And it is a lot to take in. Like it is one of those pieces. Like it's a heavy piece to take in.
Yeah.
And then you got Omar Thomas's "Come Sunday." That I mean, it's a party.
Yeah.
Through and through, man. Like he takes you to
is.
church, and you just like praise all the time, man. And it's awesome. Music's a powerful thing, man. It's beautiful.
I think it is number 4.
It's 20 minutes long.
You just go in the middle.
Where's the? This isn't super loud on the headphones. I wonder if I can. No, it's not gonna fix it.
Is this the one with the crazy trumpet lick?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's part of the audition music today.
Yeah, it was. That's.
But like the ending, the final movement, like when it's the clarinet barrel, it's like the clarinet making the weird sound. That's like the birth of the earth.
That's where I started crying.
Yeah.
Well, because I read the program before, and it was like, oh, it's babies crying. They're like unborn babies that are crying. I'm like, okay, cool.
Is that what it's about?
It's heavy.
Yeah. But like the whole ending is like the doxology, which we sing at the region meeting.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like all that, and it's like you're at heaven's gates, and you're being accepted. And it's just a banger all the way to the end. I mean, I can't help but like every time I'm just like, yeah.
Jesus,
I mean, trombones are like full go.
Yeah, dude.
The organ is on all stops out, like full stop out, like just.
That's why that's why I fell in love with Maslanka in the first place, because like all my trombone homies were like there's very few things that like wind band gets to good after. Like if you made the orchestra, like you're guaranteed at least one piece.
You're playing some Mahler.
Yeah. You're guaranteed at least one piece a season.
Here we go.
That you get to just blow your face off. But like they started playing some Maslanka stuff, and they're like,
Yeah. No, and it's great stuff. It's absolutely great stuff. But yeah, that's what I hope. Like for our kids this year, man, when they did Of Our New Day Begun, I really hope they caught that connection. I hope they connected to it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like you have to. You're playing music that heavy. Again, if you don't, you have no soul. There's something wrong with you.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, man. Well, other than music, I mean, do you have any physical goals at the moment?
Not at the moment.
No.
I did my marathon this year.
Did a marathon.
Didn't get anywhere close to a Boston qualifying time. Those Austin Hills beat me up, man.
Dude.
They took my lunch money. They ate my leftovers.
Well, what's the Boston like qualifying?
Like so for my age, it's like you got to be like right at 3 hours. And you're booking it. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it before. It wasn't anywhere near that hard. And I'd like to think the first time, like I did it during COVID, I had a pretty.
We did a pretty flat track.
But I like built in hills and key spots to like make it torturous. But I mean, when you hit the Austin Hills, the first 3 miles was all uphill. Next 3 miles was all downhill. So I mean, just beating up your legs in the first half portion of it. Which I ran a great half marathon. I think I did like an hour and 34.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I
So
was
you
like,
started out on
Yeah.
I was
pace.
booking it, and then like mile 14, I never hit the wall. Like I could still run. My legs just felt super heavy. I was like, all right, this is not good. Like I should have turned at the half marathon marker and went home.
Just take the half marathon trophy.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
We out here.
So, but like, yeah, like that. I mean, that really was a good time. You still, no matter when you finish, once you cross the line, all the endorphins kick in, and you're like, it's time to party.
Yeah.
It's time to have a good time.
Go.
Yeah. And like my wife had like some beers waiting for me. She's like, here you go. Liquid calories.
Shout out, wifey.
Liquid
Pull
calories
up.
everywhere. Got a nice massage afterwards. Lady's like, what hurts? Everything.
Everything. All of it.
She's like, well, what hurts the most? Well, I can't bend my knee very much anymore. Can we start there? Yeah. And she just like chopped it up and wrangled it around. And she's like, how you feel? I was like, everything hurts worse now, but I'll be all right. And she's like, yeah, just walk for the next couple hours. Yeah, sure.
Got it.
I just ran for 3.5, but yeah, I'll walk around for a few more hours. Why not? and her response to that was, well, that's what all the beer's for. I was like, all right, cool.
Fair enough.
I'll be sure to lube that up.
Thanks, lady.
So, I don't know. My friend, I got a good friend of mine that told me I should do a triathlon next.
Oof.
That's a different level of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a bike.
I wasn't. You could figure out the bike thing. I was about to say.
It'd be the swimming.
You
I
get
think.
that swim thing.
Yeah, the swimming.
Because I think biking is the easiest one. It's the
Yeah, it could
longest
be.
one, but
Yeah.
like functionally, like the get it done
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Because you have something doing the moving for you.
Yeah.
You're igniting that motion with your legs, and you can keep that in a pretty low.
Yeah, that's what they got gears for, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's what-
just keeping that low gear, man. We just coast.
yeah, man. I'm not trying to break no records. Just let me-
No,
Let's try. Yeah.
see,
No,
yeah,
no,
this,
no.
I don't like the
40-kilometer bike. That's not. Yeah. That's not that.
Kilometer bike.
It's not that hard. And a
See, I
10K
could do
run.
that.
The 10K run, I could do that right
That's
now.
like,
That's
yeah,
easy.
I could do
40
that.
kilometer bike, I could do that. The 1.5 kilometer
So
swim.
that's a
So
little-
what are these sprint distances or what? What is okay? So 70. We're not doing 70.3. We're not. We're gonna stay away from that side of the.
This is the Olympic like.
So that's the Olympic.
Okay.
I guess there's different levels. There's the Olympic one.
Oh yeah, the Ironman is like
Ironman
you
is
run a full
stupid.
marathon. You're biking 100 miles.
Yeah,
Dude, I could do that.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, the Olympic is possible. After that, it gets a little hanky.
Yeah, I'm not about to go run a marathon and then bike 100 miles and swim 2 miles.
Ironman is 3.8 kilometers. Ooh.
Yeah,
2.4 miles, 112 miles.
yeah.
Full marathon.
You're hitting all the extreme.
yeah. The Ironman takes like all day.
Yeah, you ain't going anywhere, man. That's a solid 8 hours.
I could do the Olympic one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Olympic one.
The
is-
swimming might get dicey.
I gotcha.
You train for that.
So like the only thing I feel like I need to train for
just doggy
is the
paddle
swim.
that thing,
Yeah.
man. Just
Just on the back, like
I mean, that's less than a mile, right?
I think so.
1.5 key.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's less than a mile.
a mile.
Yeah.
0.93. I mean,
How many laps
problem.
is that on the pool?
How many yards is that?
Well, how big was the pool at the high school when you were there? Was it 25 meter?
25 yards.
25 yards.
25
Now we gotta do
yards.
that.
How many kilometers to yards?
kilometers to yards.
Math podcast.
1,640.
That's a lot of 25
Divide that by
laps.
25.
Divided by calculator.
1640 divided by 25.
1640 divided by 25. 65 laps.
Let's call it
Oh,
66.
that's not
66
bad.
66 laps.
Yeah. You're
If-
sweating.
if-
You're sweating in the water at that point.
If you're absolutely. If you're not going for like hard paces,
I did 10 today, so I mean, you just do that.
yeah, how did you feel after 10?
I felt fine.
Right. Just do that 6 more times.
What stroke were you doing? Were you doing like breaststroke?
No,
freestyle?
I was doing freestyle.
Man, look at you. Right? I would die. I would drown.
See, this is the unhealthy disbelief in myself.
Yeah.
I can do that right now. I don't.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you probably could.
I don't know why I believe I could do that
I'm
right
gonna say
now.
you can't. Just that way you will.
Thanks, dog. I still got we talked about it last time on the show, but I need to run a marathon before
I love that. I need to run a marathon. Says nobody ever except this guy right here. Hey, I need to run a marathon.
I haven't trained for it at all, but I'll just run.
I'm just gonna go cold turkey, man. That's the best way to go.
Everything I've said I was gonna do, I've done since being here,
And you prepared for all of it.
except for that.
That's not
Very loosely prepared. Let's be honest.
that's not a light undertaking either, man. That's
I know. I told you. I told him, and he said no. So I told you. I need you to set up a cooler 13.1 miles away from my place.
I think from here to Moody would probably be about 13.1 miles.
Jeez. You got to run to Moody and back? See?
It's got to be
No, on one of those trainings I did for a 10 miler, I ran to Moody. And my wife picked me up there.
Hell yeah. See? All right. Find me 13.1
I don't
miles.
recommend that though, because it was not fun. It'd probably be pretty close.
Yeah. Direction.
Halfway through Moody?
Yeah, you got to hit the post office. You got to hit the post office. Because those like cities are marked like. Where
So
your
start
post
at the high
office
school?
is.
Yeah.
No, just start right here.
17,
So that's 17
that's
miles.
not even all the way to Moody.
No, you gotta start at your house.
So I guess, yeah, so from my house, that goes to like.
Let's drag this back to like 13.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's 9 miles.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's miles, not minutes. I got to go miles.
There you go.
Yeah, back it up, back it up.
Right there.
Yeah.
Hit that 13.2. Yeah, I think from your house to Moody, you like ran out your front door, hit Airport Road. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just keep running down airport.
Just run a little bit past Troy. Just go a little bit past
Let's run
Troy.
past Troy, guys. No
Just
big
run
deal.
past Troy and come back.
Yeah.
I love that.
Not too
That's
far.
light work.
Yeah, light work.
If you want to go south, just go to Salado and back.
Actually, probably do like Sparks there, man.
Yeah.
Just run around the lake.
Actually, just run around the loop. All you need is maybe 2.5 laps around the loop.
There you
See,
go.
no. I don't believe in loops.
Oh, my God.
That's why I burned myself out on the marathon that I ran with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get in my head.
How far is that to Sparks? Never mind, it's 42. We don't want to deal with that.
42 miles.
No,
Jesus.
it's just
Oh, 15.8.
the Sparks. That's 15.
Yeah. So you just hit Little River Academy. Stop at the gas station.
Yeah,
Get you a Gatorade, refuel.
just casually run.
Just pull the gas station. There's gonna be a brown dude in short shorts. He's gonna pull up here, in anywhere between the next 2 and 4 hours. Here's $20. He's just gonna grab some Gatorades.
Dude, you get there you make it in 4 hours, dude. You're in pretty good physical conditioning.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
move.
see, that's too far. That's too
It's
far.
18 miles. See, that's crazy. I'm not a psychopath here.
I love that. Come on, guys. Let's be serious
Come on
here.
now.
That's,
Realistic goals here.
oh man,
I love it.
it's a distance.
Yeah, but physical goals, I don't.
Dude, I gotta.
There'll be something that pops up, and I'll be like, yeah, I could probably do that.
I told you, we should have signed up for the Spartan race.
I ain't trying to get electrocuted though, man. I know
Get
you call
over
me
it.
a baby about
Don't
it,
be a
but
pansy, dude. It's just some light electrocution.
just light electrocution. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Man, why don't you just go ahead and run to Lorena or something?
If you run to Lorena, I'll pick you up.
I tell you what, dude, you make it from here to well, you can run an ultra marathon, dude. Run
What
from
is
here to
26.2
Woodway.
miles?
We'll call it a day.
just south of Hewitt.
Yeah, man.
No, just take it to Waco. I'll pick you.
Yeah, dude.
I'll
I'm
pick
not
you
going
up
to
at Waco.
Waco. I'll go to Hewitt.
See you at the silos, man, with Chip and Joanna. They'll be waiting for you. I'll set it up. I know them. They're good friends.
It's only 1.2 miles further.
1.2 miles further.
Yeah, but you hit like them. You hit 30 miles. Now you're an ultra marathon.
If you could get me a knot on 35, I'll run that.
But you know what I love about you, man? You're always looking for ways to improve yourself, just like people do I-35. So that's always good. That's what I love about you.
You I-35 looking.
Y'all always looking for ways to improve
I
yourselves.
always want to be better, baby. Always trying to be better.
It might take how many years? But
Hey, man, it might take longer than it's supposed to, but
I think in my lifetime, I-35 has always been a wreck, but that's all right. It's always getting better.
In my stretch of 35, it is finally.
It is done.
It is done. Yeah, that's a lie. I forgot San Marcos is blown up.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll blow that up soon. So
No, well, they're currently blown up. It's crazy. Yeah, between San Marcos and New Braunfels.
Yeah. New Braunfels.
New Braunfels. Stupid. Hey, man, do a Spartan race. Don't be a weenie. Come on now.
I mean, I could do it. Like, I know I could.
I know you can
I've
do
seen like obstacles. Like, I could do,
It was light work.
do that.
Do a tough mutter.
I mean, had it not been on graduation,
Yeah.
I would have told you to come do the thing that
That you and Isaac did?
Yeah.
Oh, that looked fun.
It was, man. And I dusted him on the running
Yeah.
part of it, and then so you would have dusted me on that, like.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get out of there as fast as I can. I'm not trying to like enjoy that, man. I'm trying to.
No, it was fun though, man. Those are there's something to be said about those, and you know I'm still tossed up between, like, actually the type of physicality that I want to be.
Yeah.
Because I did really enjoy doing the bodybuilding thing.
Yeah.
But then I'd also really enjoyed doing that pseudo Spartan race.
Yeah. That kind of gives you a little bit of both, though.
A little bit of both.
Gives you a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I never turn down my cardio, man. Never turn it down. That's the best stress relief I got.
Oh no, man, I get it.
But I think whenever I stop paying for my daughter's daycare, which should be like August or September.
Bless out.
Yeah, get that pay increase. I may go back to Orange Theory and do some stuff
That's
there.
fun, man.
Because they called me and they're like, "Hey, do you want to come back?" I was like, "I'd come back in September when I got the money." All right, well, we'll call you then. All right, call me September 1.
Hell yeah,
If you forget, I ain't coming back.
I ain't coming back.
No, but I mean, I did like that because I like the competitive
Yeah.
mentality. Like
Yeah.
the short time you were there with me. You know, I mean, like you jump on the treadmill, I'll be like, "I'm going faster than you today, man. I'm not.
I would just be angry.
I'm not even playing."
Like, bitch, you're already faster than me. What are you showing off for?
Yeah.
Then the handful of lifting days, I was like, haha.
Yeah.
Even it out.
Because like when I was there before you were there, I'd run with some of they weren't like old people. They're not old
Yeah.
people, but they were just older than me, and they were like baby runners. So they were like getting back into running, and I was like already well established. And they'd all be like, "I don't want to stand next to him. He's crazy." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm just running." You know, their warm up is like they're actually warming up. Me, it's like 8 miles per hour. Let's run.
Oh, jeez.
which for pace purposes, you're at a 7.5 minute pace.
Okay.
So I mean that's right in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
Like, and when we were there, they have your heart rates displayed up there.
Right.
I'm like barely cracking like 135.
Yeah, that's the shit that made me angry.
Everybody else is like already like in the 140s, 150. There was always one guy that next to me, he's like in the 170s at like 5 miles an hour. I'm like, "Are you breathing? Like, what's going on?"
You dying on me?
I mean, that's kind of where
Let's check this guy over here, please. Like he's woofing it.
I'm running at like 6 miles per hour, and my heart rate's like up there.
Yeah. And so at my peak
man.
Orange Theory fitness, I could hold like that 12 mile an hour sprint,
Yeah.
probably for like 2 minutes. And my heart rate would finally crack 170.
Oof.
I just remember that the last day I did it because I did the Orange Theory for Sober October.
Yeah.
The 2019.
And you did a back to back.
And that's what I'm saying. I got sick, or something had happened to where I messed up my schedule,
Yeah.
and I ended up having to do. For me to complete the challenge amongst the homies, I needed to do 2 on the last day.
Yeah.
And that Halloween
Yeah,
workout
they had
was
they always have some wild
absolute trash.
They call it Hell Week.
It made me so angry.
Yeah.
Because it was a circuit, and like it was like what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes per
Was
station.
that the one you were like in constant motion?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
5 or 6 stations.
Yeah.
And it was like about 2.5 minutes each one.
No rest.
And like there's the idea is like the only rest you get is from traveling.
Yeah.
And then like each thing is like a different time, a different tempo, a different like incline, a different speed. And every time I got on the goddamn treadmill, it was 12 incline. And it was both in the morning and in the afternoon that happened. And like in the afternoon class, it was like 6 people.
Yeah.
So I was the only person that was on that station, and I just remember this one lady looking at me. She's like, "I'm sorry, dog," because it happened every single, like, it was 3 times through, and the last time it hit again 12, and I was just like,
Oh man.
y'all hate me? What is going on?
No, but I mean, I love that. Like, I love that place, man. I still do. Like I said, I plan on going back in the fall at some point, just because I like the craziness. And so, like, when I'd hit like my peak performance, I could hit that 12-mile-an-hour sprint and coast, if you want to call it coasting. I didn't feel like I was coasting. Everyone around was like, "Oh yeah, man, you look like you're barely moving." Like, no, I'm woofing it just as much as you guys are. But like, before we'd walk in there, I'd be sitting in there. Everyone in there's like always stretching, shocking. Yeah. Like, everyone's limbering up. Me, I'm just kind of sitting there, breathing.
Just get ready.
And I looked up because one of the rare mornings my wife could go with me. She goes, "Are you alive?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" And she's like, "Your heart rate is like 45 beats a minute." She's like poking at me.
Oh man.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm breathing. I'm getting ready to go in there, and I'm getting in the zone right now."
Getting ready to murder myself.
Yeah. And then I think during like that warm up, that's why it always takes so long to get the heart rate. Because once we got going in the workout, the heart rate would like start peaking out, but it just took me a while to get there.
Me.
Yeah. And my friend Josh.
Yeah.
Like, you thought we were bad when he would be in a class with me. It was like uber competitive.
I could only imagine if there was somebody like slightly better or on par with you.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, I can't let 2 people be better than me.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can't let him be better than me. And then Josh is like, I'm 6'3". I can't let these short dudes be better than me.
Yeah. Because he, like, when he would line up, I was like, "Don't stand next to me, man. I don't want to be near you today. I'm not in the mood for this." He goes, "Too bad, Cinderella. I'm here." I was like, "I'm telling you right now, man. I'm starting at 8 miles an hour." And he goes, "Well, I'm gonna start my warm up at 9. Fine, f you, man. I'm starting at 10." And we would just go that way, and we'd go to the rower. He goes, "Hey, man, you should slow down." I was like, "Maybe you should speed up." So, but I love the sport mentality. Because again, let's bring it all the way back around now. Like, music and sports, they are the exact same. You operate at a high level, and you're either going to thrive in that high level or you're not going to thrive. And I don't want to be a non-thriver. I don't want people to think I'm a punk.
You're going to catch me slipping.
So
that's what it was. I'd hurt my knee.
Yeah.
I'd hurt my knee. And I remember, like, I had to be on the bike.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a program bike. It was like the cycling class bike. Yeah. So they're like doing tempo ups and down. It's like incline 7.
And you just change gears.
And well, like, I didn't understand the gears at all. Wow. So like I accidentally put the gear all on the hardest. And I'm just like, why am I chucking through chocolate syrup? They're telling me to go faster. Yeah. Yeah. It was a good time. Yeah. No. If I could pay for the what is it, $250 a month?
So. No, I think when we were there, it might have been like 150 or 60.
150.
Yeah.
150.
They've gone up quite a bit, but it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
Because
I think you would dig it.
I mean, once I get down, because I'm down 45 pounds.
No. I think you would dig it because of that.
Right. I think once I get a little closer to
No, you're gonna burn
not dying.
So much faster.
And the cool the cool thing about it is everything is based on like what your ability level is. Yeah. You don't have to be competitive with the person next to you. You just kind of use that person next to you as the gauge of like, well, if that guy's going that slow, like I can go faster than that guy. But I never did that with people when I walked in there. I was like, I'm just here to run fast. Boop.
I already do that in the gym. I already see the person next to me running still. I'm like, well, I can't stop.
and when I went with my buddy, my best friend, he lives in Ohio. So like when we'd go visit them, we'd go to their Orange Theory. And our wives would be like, y'all better not get into this pissing contest. I was like, it's not a contest if he doesn't show up. So it's not a problem.
Who said it was a contest?
I didn't say we were having a contest today.
Dust his ass.
I was like, it's not gonna be a contest because he gonna be back there. I'm gonna be up here. And he would, man. He would try to like ride with me. And he'd always give me a hard time as I would like fling sweat everywhere, man. No,
Yeah, that was pretty aggressive, man.
yeah.
You're-
I'm also just a sweater, so I can't help that. They'd always give me a hard time. They're like, you can tell Marcus was on this station. They'd be like like a chalk outline of. It's like, that's just all the success I'm giving y'all today. Y'all enjoy. No, it's good times. So, but yeah, like, I mean, that might be my physical goal, just to get back into that heart rate training stuff. So, which I mean, it helps out quite a bit in the running stuff. So, I don't know. Physically, I probably just need to be outside more.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I mean, yeah, ever since you got that treadmill, I think your outside time.
You're I just sweat it all outside the sweat box.
Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, ever since I got it's helped with a lot of things.
When was the last time we did a monster mile?
Probably since that second marathon.
It's a monster mile.
Probably since he was in high school.
I was about to say, yeah. Monster Mile is this really fun thing that Duran came up with that, again, I'm stupid enough to try. And I did it. I wanted to die. But it's, if you've ever been to the home stadium, you start at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, you do a you do the one lap. You do the outside lap. You do the lane 8 because you want the longest possible route. Just a nice, easy, I don't know, like a cruise, like a conversational pace around lane 8. Hit the entry stairs to go up the home side of the stadium. You gun it all the way to the top as fast as you can. You can hit back your cruising pace at the top. You don't do any snakes or anything, and then you just come back down the stairs, and then you gradually pick up the pace as you start going around the track every single time.
Yeah.
That way you're running, like, by the last time, like your last go around the track, you're like gunning it. You're gunning it like you would if you're going up the stairs.
That's version 1 of the Monster Mile.
That's version 1.
My Monster Mile was you start on the home stairs. You do that, but instead of going back on the track, you go underneath where like the concessions are.
Yeah.
And so that way, like, because if you do that one, like you do about 2.5 and you hit an actual mile.
Yeah.
But if you just stay underneath and around the staircase, it's like 7.5 until before you get to a mile.
Yeah.
And they're awful.
Yeah.
It's good for the soul.
They'll make a man out of you. That's for sure.
When we were doing summer workouts, they made us do a lap. Snake the home side, run around to the visitor side, snake the visitor side, do another lap, and did that.
I might go do that tomorrow. You want to go do that?
I'm not doing that, man.
You want to go do that like...
Those suck.
I'm not doing that at 4
2
o'clock.
p.m.?
No, man, no. I'm going to eat a
man.
VTEX gut pack tomorrow. That's what I'm doing.
Give me one.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to teach some saxophone nerds. I'm going to eat a gut pack. I'm going to go home and sit in my filth afterwards.
Hell yeah. I might need one of those tomorrow.
No, that's what I'm doing.
Because I might be
tomorrow.
stupid enough to... Because I'm going to go clean out my office tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I might just be on my goofy and just like...
Let's do something dumb today.
It's 3 o'clock. 100 degrees outside.
I should probably work out.
Time for pain.
Time to go try to murder myself.
Yeah.
Can I die today?
I mean, you want a true test of fitness, go to Miller Springs, the big hill that takes you down to the not nice, not the nature trail part of it, but like the fishing part where the little pond is.
Yeah.
And just start at the bottom, set your timer for an hour, run up the hill, run down the hill, run up the hill, run down the hill.
Have you heard of the myth of Sisyphus? That just sounds awful.
And you're not like, you don't like sprint up, definitely don't sprint up that hill.
No.
Like,
No.
but you just like, your heart rate will get jacked enough by like the second time you go up it. And then you'll probably die at the top. And then you just come
Again,
down.
I'm stupid, and I did this with my weight vest on. Yeah. You know how hard it was to drive home?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You're just like, well, my arms can't go past here.
But like my most physical fit I had ever been was like the continuous Sundays I would spend on that hill.
Yeah.
And I'm
absolutely.
convinced I did not do well in Austin because I did not visit that hill
You
one
didn't.
time.
Shame on you.
Yeah, because I could never make it work with my schedule, and
Yeah.
I just couldn't get out there to make it happen.
You got like kids and such.
Yeah, whereas like the second marathon I did, I was like, I'm going out there every Sunday. I'm gonna beat my legs up no matter what. That way, I earned my mile run on the Monday afterwards. That way it would make me just run 1 mile on Monday. Because, yeah, man, like, you know, like when you hit a good leg day and your legs are all wobbly.
Yeah.
That's what I would feel like coming off that after an hour.
Huh.
I remember going up the first time, and I was like, I feel good. Like,
Yeah, you usually feel pretty good.
feel pretty good.
Good.
So like, and
Whatever good can feel like.
It's like, because it's 3 legs. You go up like a shallow hill,
Yeah.
a little flat, slightly steeper. You go around a bend, and then like,
Then you got like the 15% incline.
Yeah.
That just like,
then real steep. I got to the real steep, and I'm like, I kind of muscled through it, and I was like, yeah, dude, I feel good. So I start like going down it. I come up the first hill. I'm like, all right. Second, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? It's only been 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
and like if you're getting, like I think when I did it, I think I was averaging on those days, like right around like 9-minute miles
Yeah.
on that hill, which translated into like probably 6:30 once I hit a flat road. Because because I would like when I would finish out whatever I was doing on the hill for like my cool down, whatever you want to call it, cool down. There is no cool down after that.
Downhill.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna run past my car. I'm gonna run the dam, then I'm gonna run back. And so I'd run, and my legs would feel really heavy, but for whatever reason there was a good turnover. I looked at my watch, it'd be like, you're running at 6:25. I was like, oh, we need to slow this down a whole lot more. This is not gonna feel good. So, but I mean, it helped out with the heart rate as well too. So it was awesome.
That's probably what I need to get down because I ran a 5K in under 36. I'm trying to get it down to under 30. So
That's totally doable.
I might need to do that then.
Bro, if you just walk up that hill for an hour,
Yeah.
I
If you start, if you,
like
if
it'll
you,
do something for you.
if you, so like Evan, for you, if you like jogged up the very bottom hill, and then walked up, and you like run the middle part, and then just walk up the steep part,
Yeah.
dude, that's all you need, man. Just do
can
that
try
for an
that.
hour.
To make you feel something. And then if you're
try that.
stupid, like me, throw a weight vest.
put a
on.
Put a
weight
weight
vest
vest on.
on.
Yeah, sure, man. Or if you're like
I've got a
me,
kettlebell. I'll just bring that with me.
or if you're like me, just get to the top, do 20 burpees, and then start running back down.
Yeah, this was a dark time. This was like the middle of COVID, and I didn't really know what I was doing with my life.
I remember when you bought that weight vest. You were just
I
like,
bought the weight vest.
why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. The 2 stupidest things I did was that with the weight vest, and then I went to Anytime Fitness and did the Jacob's Ladder,
Yeah.
and I think I did like 25 minutes.
Wow.
Or 30 minutes.
Jeez.
And I almost died. Scratch that.
I did die.
I did die because I think I was stupid enough to then go sit in my car
Did you do the
with my
sauna?
sweatsuit.
Yeah, you probably did. No one knew. You probably did.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't you like not get out of the car? There's something like your legs were like dead or something.
There's a, yeah.
Everything was probably dead. I mean,
I'm not a bright individual. I'm not a bright individual. I know that. I choose torture.
but I mean, if we're talking
That way I
like,
feel alive.
if we're talking physical goals, I know like after the second marathon and even this third one, I still want to get a 10K under 40 because I can do that.
Yeah.
It will suck
That'll
for
suck.
all 39 minutes, but I can do that because I've gotten a sub 25K.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Actually, I did that like our whenever we had the big blue wave or whatever, the Wildcat 5K or whatever.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did that because I was with Orange Theory at the time.
Yeah.
And like every time we
but-
would do a sprint or something,
I remember when you told me that.
yeah, I was like, the lady was like, hey, you don't have to go that fast. I was like, no, I'm here to I'm breaking 20 next week, and I need this run to make it happen. Which when I got to the finish line and I crossed it, a 19:58 or something, I wanted to die and throw up. Like everything just burned on the inside. I was like, I think everything's melting inside of me. And what's wild is like going that fast, I thought I was moving so slow. Because there was a guy in front of me who did like triathlon sprints. And I was like, all right, if I can just keep that guy like this close to me, I think I can probably pass him and like I'm gonna crush this. But I'm like, I feel like I'm moving as slow as molasses, and he just keeps on drifting further away, and he just looks like he just. So I mean, I don't know what I look like when I run. I've got a pretty good idea. It's not pretty, but I know I don't look like just like, hey, I'm out here. Let's do this.
You do run pretty aggressively. I'll let you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you as a friend that has ran with you.
I appreciate that.
You were not those pretty, like the 130-pound runners with the
I'm not.
No muscle, no body.
I got a little bit of mass on me that I got to move. Which the kids in Florida saw when we played football. And I scored a touchdown on them.
Yeah.
That's my next physical goal. Is to remind these children that.
Remind them what's up.
Although I am a band director, I do have athletic capabilities.
Well, that was like the first thing that happened. Like they thought I was joking when we played football again your senior year, and like I was like, I'm gonna get cleats, man. Like I'm gonna get cleats, and like I still have my gloves from back in the day.
Yeah.
And they're like, bro, you're doing too much. What's going on here?
Like, no, man.
No. And then like they left me in the open field and like, boop, bat, and took off. I was like, I'm not a runner like Duran. But I got it. Okay.
No, you have like the closing speed. You have the sprint. Give me like 2 hours, and you won't be able to catch me anymore. Yeah,
I could. I'm an okay 40.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything past that,
I actually remember those summer workouts we did with you guys, and we would do like a sprint on the the 100 sprint, and y'all would like burn. I was like, man, you guys are fast. Like, how do y'all get so fast? And then I'd catch y'all as y'all would burn out. Be like, what are y'all doing, man? We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I could sprint, and that's about it.
Yeah,
those are good times.
But I forget like how much you guys like have the sprint capabilities. I don't have that twitch.
Yeah, just natural. Yeah, the natural young twitch muscles.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore. It's, hey, we're gonna start here, but don't worry. As soon as I find my gear shifter, like we're gonna get.
We'll eventually.
As soon as I find second and third, like we're getting there.
It's in my legs somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I surprised some of those kids when I caught that touchdown.
I meant to go through and play football, but I was just so.
You needed to be in the beach, man.
I'm so weird when I get around bodies of water.
Yeah.
Like I remember one of the last girls I dated. She took me to the Greenbelt in Austin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And the first time I'd ever been.
Yeah.
And super pretty. Like the first part of it, you're like one of those hiking girls. And so like we were like hiking through, and I was like, yeah, man, this is cool. Like I don't really feel anything about nature. But then we got to like one of the like streams that go into the lake, and I just like sat down and complete silence. Didn't talk to her. Didn't acknowledge anybody. I sat there for like 45 minutes, and she was like, "Are you okay?
Are we going, or are we staying, or?"
And like again, I was just like so zenned out. When she hit me up, I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's go. What time is it? How long have I been sitting here? How long was that?" I think the first girl was like, "How long?" I was like, "How long was that hike?" Like, she was like, "Dude, it was like 15 minutes."
Like, oh, my bad.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's go home. Yeah, then same thing with the ocean. I just like went and stood like waist deep, and then just stood there. Like, this is nice.
I didn't get in the water very deep. I just like kind of stood and let the water hit over my feet. And I was like,
feels good.
That is nice. Curled your toes in the stand. And
That's
like, all right.
The island is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's where I'm supposed to end up.
Right.
But I got to make enough money so that way I can stay
on the
island and not just visit the island.
Yeah. That's big. That's huge.
Yeah, one day.
Someday.
Crossed. That being said, the last thing before we get you out of here, my guy, I don't know how much time where we at time
2
wise.
hours.
2 hours? Yeah. It's been 4 years, my dude.
4 years, yeah.
It has been 4 years that we've been together, and after 4 years, I am off to do other things.
You're breaking up the Marcus.
I'm breaking up the Marcus, man. It has been a strong duo.
Yeah.
For the past 4 years, and
What's y'all's favorite duo name? Do y'all have a duo name that you?
I don't think we had a duo name.
The Marci, the Marcuses,
I just always, like when we'd be at concerts and I'd go to my thank yous, I'd be like, I have to thank the other half of the Team Marcus.
Yeah, I think Team Marcus was a good
Team
one.
Marcus.
Yeah. Or actually, I think one of my favorites was just like, me and him are the same person. It doesn't matter.
Well, like your first year with us, I think people called us Dad and Tio.
Yeah.
So like I was the uncle to the percussion studio. and dad to the band.
And I was,
And he was dad to the percussion studio and T.O. to the band.
yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. No, there's lots of good times all the way throughout there. So, and I'll miss you.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna miss you a whole lot.
I'll miss the talks when I just come in and like shut the door and like, all right, we got a problem. What do I do about this? Or just come in and like aggressively rant.
Yeah. There was something special about those times where I'm like in my like 15 minutes of downtime between fixing a vibraphone and going to teach 7th grade at one of the middle schools.
Yeah.
And you're just like, so listen to this bullshit. Or you will not believe who came and tried me right now.
Yeah. But I do agree. I will agree that we always gave the kids like, we are the same person. He's brown. He's not brown. Same first name.
Same first name. It's the same thing.
You're gonna get the same answer from us regardless.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like,
I always loved the fact that he'd be like, I'm gonna ask you nicely. He's gonna turn off the microphone and yell at you, and then turn on the microphones to say thank you.
which one? You could either listen to me, or you can get that.
Yeah.
You pick.
Yeah, because you remember that. You remember that. I would like pull the microphone off and just like start yelling across the field.
What are you doing? What's the matter with you? He called you to set. Do you not know what set is? We've been here for 2.5 months. And I'm just up there in the tower, just like.
You.
I think what's more terrifying though is Matheson's like laughing while he's scolding you.
That is a different level of uncomfortable.
I definitely agree with that. But yeah, I'll miss the camaraderie.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, the kids could pick up on it. I mean, even amongst all three of us, but the kids always pick up that, like, oh, this is a good team. You guys obviously you know how to read each other. And what's funny is the kids that couldn't read us were like, I don't know what's about to happen.
I hate this.
I'm not sure what's happening right now. Like it's really hard to tell like who's happy with who and why is Mr. Matheson and mad at Duran or why is Duran mad at Bonilla or why is Bonilla hate the world and what's going on here. Like I don't know what to do today. I don't want to tell them I'm not going to be at rehearsal. So I'm just not going to show up.
And hopefully that works out. Surprise. It never did.
Yeah.
No, man, I would definitely be lying. I think the last two things I thought about before I made the decision to leave was like you and the kids in brass band.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's just like
I hope I like imparted some kind of wisdom, because there's one thing I'm terrible at. I'm terrible at being a mentor teacher, because I just don't have time to teach somebody like, hey, you have the same degree I do,
and I don't.
Therefore, you know how to teach.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I don't know how to be a mentee either, because I didn't grow up like I think you had a crazy good relationship with your lesson instructor.
Yeah, of course.
And you had a crazy good relationship with the lesson instructor.
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
I had a different one every year. It was a weird experience.
Okay. So like on a similar plane.
I did not. So
yeah,
I mean, that's why. Like I had continuity.
Or you had like a really good relationship with I think one of your band directors.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Like my band directors were like 3 dudes. I didn't like one of them. The second one was like A1, and I wish he taught more. And my percussion director was like, cool, man, you got me through it. So like just that level of like as I looked back on it, my mentors going throughout school were like the dudes I was in school with.
Yeah.
And literally it was just like the dudes that had like either one more year of experience with me, or if it was someone like you who had like a good relationship with their lesson teacher. I was like, what's that like? You learned something today? Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? Because this dude just said that wasn't good, and then he left.
Yeah,
I don't.
I get that too. Like it makes total sense. But I appreciate your shout out in the percussion program.
Absolutely, man.
I it's never my. I just lost my train of thought. What I was going to say. I appreciate the comment of always showing you like, hey, you can always do more.
Yeah.
In some way, because and that's just the way I was raised. Like you want to make sure your kids that literally have, whether it's your own kids or your school kids or somebody else's kids, you want to make sure they got a chance to like always have something more.
Yeah.
Every single time, and our kids are starting to get that now that now that I've been there long enough,
Yes.
they're starting to get that. The seeds we planted with Chris's class, like it's all slowly starting to unfold to where I think we were trying to push it to.
I would definitely say that it was the freshmen when you were a senior.
Yeah.
Is kind of like the ones that are really turning
Yeah.
that around and doing what we'd hoped for. And I mean, honestly, man, there's one or two turns and I'd stay here.
Yeah.
I think if I had like a wife.
Well, I mean, you're a young dude. It's
You know what I mean? Like
not exactly easy to find a wife in Temple, Texas.
It's not easy to find a wife as a band director, and then B, you put me in goddamn Temple, Texas. There's shit out here for your boy. But it was definitely like on a separate side of it. I don't think I would find the things that I was doing here elsewhere. Like, I don't think I get the liberty to teach the way I taught.
Totally agree. Totally agree, man. And that's the beauty of our program.
Yeah.
Like, you have the ability to kind of incorporate to the kid's strengths, address some weaknesses, and really pull it together for what you were trying to do.
Yeah, there's really something to be said, like, as hard as it's been, as it is, with the lack of a better term, quality of student that we have. The fact that we were able to shape and create these opportunities and make success out of not nothing, but like,
no, I mean, we had the talent there. You're right. You see it and you're like, okay, we're gonna do this. I'd like to see how we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it all just like things would start to click at right times. Yeah, we had our normal problem spots. Like every band goes through that. Even Hebron goes through that.
Yeah.
So after hearing some of their kids audition today, Hebron goes through that too, man. Like, they ain't perfect. They ain't all sunshine and rainbows up there, despite their marching show. Like, but I mean, like,
think that show changed my life.
Like, you're right though. Like, we have our normal problems just like everybody else, and I think some of the differences, like, the kids see us like literally pouring everything we got into it.
Yeah.
For someone new to the profession like you were, that can be a huge drain. I mean, that's a huge drain. For someone who grew up in a teacher household, you're like, oh, that's your job, 8 to 5, except band director, so 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Cool. See you Saturday. And for you kids that are taking lessons, see you Sunday.
What's up?
So, and like for you, man, like I never heard people talk about, getting on the grind or anything, like putting your nose to the grind. Like, I knew how to do that, but to put it in that phrase where every day you're like, hey man, it's rise and grind, let's go.
Let's go, man.
And you're like, when you started saying that, I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, it is time to, like, let's go to work. Like, we're not going to be great just by in this little 48-minute block, man. We need a little bit extra time to make you guys really gel and really make this pop. And so that was what you really instilled in me. When we did that stuff. Like, you taught me the value of, like, hey, you got to grind after it, and you got to grind better than the guys that are doing it wherever they're at. And I think in our 4 years together, our kids saw some success that, especially with COVID, we weren't sure if they were going to see any of that.
Yeah, man.
So,
I
mean, because, like, I know I talk about the jazz kids all the time. Like, just the conversations we had about, hey, where should I do? How should I do this? How should I do that? How should I do that? You helped me, like, navigate what I wanted to do with them. And I'd use you as a sounding board for certain stuff. Yeah, I use Brent too, but I mean, I would come nag about a lot of different things to you about, like, why can't I get my kid to do this? Why can't this kid do this? And like, hey, you might try this next time, or you might try that. So I mean, you help more than you probably realized.
That's
it. Just probably came off as me nagging about stuff.
And
I do that.
That's one of those weird things, and I don't think selfishly, and kind of like in a trying not to sound like I'm better than anybody else.
Sure.
Like, seeing the way that the end of the year unfolded, like, I don't think that's a common thing. Like, the level of emotion that was, like, portrayed at the percussion ensemble concert, at graduation, at the leadership camp, like the amount of like love and mindfulness from everybody, I didn't acknowledge it, what I was doing to get there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh shit, I did like when the Heinrich, Josiah, Carolina, and Voss all talked, and I was like, oh, that like.
Well, you made an impact.
Yeah, I made an impact,
Yeah.
and again, I'm just so used to that grind of just like, no, man, it's like, you needed help.
Yeah.
I helped you. Shut up and let's go. Like,
Yeah, like no, but I think the cool thing was that I think you finally got some of that external recognition not from us, but you got it from your students finally, and that I mean, you turn into a ball of tears at that point.
it's turned into
because I was going to say something too. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to shut up because y'all got this. But I mean, you whether you realize it or not, man, like you're making an impact at some point. And I know it's always cliche. I always say this: music changes lives.
yeah, man.
And what you taught your kids, like it's impacting them, man. I mean, it is, and like we are too. And that's I don't care about trophies. Like I know I joke with the kids, I'm getting a trophy, but I don't care about trophies. The fact that you ended the year better than when you started it, we did our job.
Yeah. Significantly.
And then and I don't know how much you always looked into the future. I never, no offense, Chris, I never like cared about the seniors necessarily. Cared about them quite a bit because they're getting us to one of our ultimate end goals or whatever that end goal was for that time period. But I'd always be at the middle. I'd always look at the middle schools and go like, all right, who's the next kid coming up? Who am I looking for? I tell the kids in every band, like, I'm not worried about those of you that are here. I'm worried about the kids that are going to replace you in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, because if I'm not worried about those kids replacing them, then we got no future.
Yeah. I got to have somebody to replace you with.
And so as I always joke with the juniors and seniors, I'm like, y'all are important. You're not that important to me anymore. Then I would go to the middle schools and be like, who's your top kid that's coming up to us? Who's a kid you can't stop talking about? I want to meet them right now.
Yeah.
That way I can start planting seeds of like, hey, you should stay with us. So, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, that's what it takes to make all that happen. You know, and you plant those seeds with those kids in the middle school percussion program, and it pays off for you when they come to the high school. And same thing for us in bandland. Like we plant those seeds, they get success early on, and they want to continue that. And then I'd chime in with my normal alumni speech and pep talks.
Yeah. You just have a different touch.
Yeah.
That I think very few directors get to pull that card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you get to.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm here for the long haul, man. Like that ain't going away.
Bro, hit me up in 10 years.
Yeah, I'll call you.
Because you're gonna need a new percussion guy at that point in time. Let's be honest, man.
Well, yeah,
I hope
they just gotta. If the new one lasts 5 years, man, we're gonna be setting records left and right, back to back directors, man.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, so, just every director one more year.
Yeah, but I mean, if like again, you're making an impact whether you realize it or not, and the hard part is always seeing past the initial problems we deal with on a daily basis. But it takes that. That kid coming in saying thank you. It takes whatever big announcement we have a chance to announce to the band as a good thing or whatever. Because I was like, before we found out about Bob Mincer, I was like not in a good place. I was like, man, I don't know what we're gonna do about this. This is not happening. I can't I'm stressed out about it. And all of a sudden, like, get this news, but then you take it to the kids, who are like, we won what? Like, hold up, we won something?
Yeah.
And then it just changes the whole mentality right away. Yeah. Because they're being recognized by somebody else. That's not me. That's not you. That's not Brent. And they realize like, oh wow, like we are doing something right. They sometimes need that external validation, just like we need it. But in my brain, like, I know what I'm doing, and it's working.
Yeah.
And we just modify it as we go. And I think once we started asking the kids for more opinions about stuff.
Yeah.
And then implementing what they would like to see happen with more consciousness about it. And I just kind of mind-numbingly do it. Like, yeah, we did this for you, so you should be thankful. But like, hey, this is what you guys wanted, so we're going to make this happen for you. then I think there's that mutual respect from the student to the teacher.
Yeah.
And now you have this true collaboration, and then they buy into things a whole lot more. Then I'm just not a punk. I'm gonna say I'm gonna do something. We're gonna do it. Straight up.
Wise words from the one and only Duran.
That's right.
Yeah, brother. Well, it's been a hell of a ride. Appreciate you jumping on. You were the first official guest. You're one of the last official guests. So
hope to see you on the podcasts in the future.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully I make it famous and I get you on and
you can fly me out somewhere.
I'll fly you out.
Be a VIP.
That's a goal. Fly you out and see what the hell is going on in the band world.
It doesn't even have to be like first class, man. I'll ride coach.
All right, Coach Spirit.
Yeah, man.
It's fine. It's a free plane flight.
Coach Spirit. I don't know.
I don't even need an Uber XL, man.
Southwest at least.
I'll just take an Uber, like, sedan or something.
I'll take the Uber share. Give me that for free, man.
I'll take Lyft.
I just put my thumb out there.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I really do appreciate you.
Yeah,
I know
man.
it was kind of on short notice. I hit you up, but I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, man.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Being with you the last 4 years.
We'll still be on Facebook, man.
Still be on Facebook. Still
get
got your
emotional
number.
about
I
this.
ain't changing my number. I've had my number since I was 13, 14.
There you go. Welcome to the
15
club,
years.
man. I've had the same number since '96, so we're all
Gang.
good.
God damn, dude.
Yeah,
For real?
86?
since '96.
That's as old as me.
Yeah. That's
Hell
back when
yeah.
I bought minutes. I bought prepaid minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old school. That's how I knew I was serious,
Yo, that's true.
because I'm only using minutes when I need them.
This man only knows dedication and loyalty. 26 years on the same phone number.
Your phone number is as old as me. That's weird.
Write it down, folks.
That's what's up, brother. Hey, well, I appreciate you, man. Boys, appreciate y'all being here. Everybody that's rocked with us all the way to the end. Hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all be easy. Peace.